Park, the Coburg City Oval. It is Williamstown taking on Coburg.
Nick Meese and Tom Goodwin, and Meese got the tap down, not quite to advantage though. We are inside the centre square, fair bit of rain overnight and it's a bit sloggy in there as Goodwin gets the first kick of the game. It's a high wobbler. Singh watched it go over his head, ground level. Who's there? Greiser. Hand pass goes out wide. Gibbons back in the side today for Williamstown, up towards half forward. Zanell couldn't quite just reel that mark in. Ground level, ball up, left half forward, balustrade end of the ground, which will not be easy to kick at today.
We should make mention too, I think 96 hit-outs for Nick Meese last week.
Yep.
And that's a new record. Champion data coming up with that stat as Goodwin overrunning the footy here for the Lions. It's into open space. Allen brought down the tackle. He managed to release it, but no one's going anywhere, and the umpire will throw it up. Point of the square, attacking side. No scorers yet. 1 minute in this round 16 clash on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Meese fell to Charleston, who bounced it straight back to Goodwin, who's wrapped up in a tackle. Working there on hands and knees again is Meese, and they set on top of him, and the umpire will throw it up. I think this is going to be the order of the day, Adam. Plenty of stoppages around the ground because the wind's up, and while it is drying out the surface, it still is quite patchy in places as Goodwin again over the back. Lawler, chance to run onto it for the Lions. Has got some support, and now the kick is a high ball. Well, it blew away from the initial pack. They had to double back. Lawson, who's 23rd player. In fact, it's Mitch Connors, the 23rd player. Sam Lawson flying for the ball, and the umpire will come in and throw it up again.
There's a couple of new names in this Coburg lineup now. Obviously, finals out of the equation. Players perhaps playing for their VFL lives today. With obviously one of the implications of the lack of a D-League next year is a shorter list that the standalone clubs are going to have at their disposal. Talk that maybe they'll go down to as little as perhaps 40, Peter Mercado. So some of these players hoping they can still stay at this level of footy in 2018. Tackled out of it was Jolly. Another ball up. It's got so many different just sort of layers that Peter Jackson VFL. We've got two clubs that are standalone here today. They've both had AFL alignments in the past, both at opposite ends of the table though. Another ball up. We'll see a lot of those today.
We're setting world records for the ball, for the ball being thrown in the air by the umpire.
And when conditions are as windy as this, it's something I'll raise later on in the coverage, but how does that affect the third man up rule, Peter Mercado, as Jolly gets brought to ground, another ball up? It's been a discussion in all levels of footy. If the ball gets blown away from the two nominated ruckmen and another player touches it, is it in fact?
They're in trouble.
A third man interpretation. Greiser got away from the tackle, a little kick forward. Gibbons had to go up and take the mark. So finally, Williamstown go inside 50. Pongrasic to the top of the goal square. Cordy couldn't take his mark. Coburg looking to repel. Gregory got his hand pass out. They'll work it out wide, the Lions. And they have got it outside 50 now. Kick toward the wing on the lead. It's a good mark. And the Lions can work this one off centre wing. Nothing really happening up ahead though. There's only a couple of options to go to. Just long on the right foot down the line, a miscued kick. McAvoy met one out, tried to get it off by hand, couldn't. Ground level. Umpire searching for that ball. Is it going to pop out? Goes out of play. Boundary throw in.
And as you called it, Adam, we reckon play is going to be mainly on that side of the ground.
Yep.
The way the breeze is blowing this afternoon.
The Bushnells will get a good workout today. Boundary throw in, Meese and Goodwin. Goodwin got in front of Meese that time. It's Posar at the top of the ball, had it and lost it. Meese got his hand pass out. Jolly has had a few touches early, and again that wind took the ball toward the line. It goes out of play. It was touched before it crossed the line, so it's a boundary throw in centre wing.
You can hear that wind really picking up in the effects mics this afternoon. Centre wing, ball thrown in, outer side, really slung back into play. That's well done from the boundary umpire. Good strength. Meese went over his head. Overrunning it was Bewley. Kicked 3 goals in the corresponding fixture earlier on in the season. Meanwhile, the Lions with an opportunity in the middle of the ground. It's a one-on-one contest. Leading the race there was Singh, got the handball over the top, but it's been chopped off. Now they've got some run. On the outside is Mullane. He settles to 45, tight on the boundary, trying to bring the ball back. It's across the face. Is it a mark? I think it might be to Kabadia. He's got it. He's on the tight angle though. And now he looks to run around 10 metres out. And he's put the first through for the Lions. 16th goal for the season. He's the second leading goal kicker for the Lions in season 2017, and that was a classy finish. They're one straight 6. Williamstown yet to score in the opening stages of this one.
He's developing into a very, very good player at this level. Another thing to point out, interestingly, Peter Mercado today, Ben Kavara, Jason Pongrasic, Blake Mullane, we just saw in that passage. What have they all got in common?
Frankston.
Ex-Frankston players. So that's just another little facet to this particular game today, where they'll be next year perhaps.
Get to the boundary in a moment,
yep.
Adam.
We will. We'll introduce our third member of this commentary team today. There's going to be another stoppage here.
Glenn Hill has made it. How are you, Hilly?
Finally made it, boys. It's been a big morning of junior football over at Brighton.
Are they in finals stage yet?
East Brighton Vampires. It's the Lightning Premiership today for the young under-9s.
Oh, wow. Oh, got a win?
No, I don't think they did get a win, actually. Today, Scott Waters would have been a bit upset with the 3 losses I think we had.
All right, so back to live action. Good to have you, Healy, today. Dropped by
boys.
Gibbons. Picked it up, though. Had time. Down the line looking for Charleston, but a couple of Lions in amongst all of that, and the ball does slip out of play. Carigliano had it last.
Love the name, though. Vampires.
Yeah, it's a big club. Plenty of junior footballers out there. Budding AFL stars, I'd say.
Oh, you're in on the ground floor, Hilly.
Very ground floor.
They're one of the bigger clubs in the Southern Football League, aren't they, Hilly?
Yeah, certainly.
Vampires?
Yeah, the Vampires are quite a large club, and they're on the rise. There's plenty of good young talent there.
Williamstown ball, Chisari. Short pass, it's okay. Now Jolly. Knows these parts well. Former Cannon up towards half forward, looking for Donnell, but the fist came back out. Now it's in Pongrasic's hands. Gets it to Jolly, went backwards. And the Seagulls, well, the fumble from Pongrasic, and it goes out of play.
Hilly, give us a sense of what the breeze is like at ground level. You can hear it in our fixed mics. I imagine it's pretty bad down there too.
It's extremely strong. I'm very pleased that the sun is out. It's certainly better conditions than over Bentley Way this morning, but the sun is out and it is blowing an absolute gale to the scoring end at the moment. You'd have to say it's a strong 8-goal breeze.
Well, we've seen it at plenty of grounds around this competition over the years, Hilly. Might as well be here too, as Chisari getting hands to it, dispossess Poser for Coburg. Sees it to the line and will have it thrown in again. Just slightly into attack for Williamstown. 8 minutes gone in this opening quarter.
If we see more of this, Peter Mercado, might have to send Healy to that outer wing to be closer to the action.
That, and you'd probably have to go and collect a lot of footies. You'll get warm, I'll give you that much. Meese getting the tap down here for Williamstown into the path of Jolly. Slip the handball out to Charleston, who goes around his body. The kick inside 50. No one can take the mark. Kavara, nice handball. Pongrasic lining up from 40. Missing left-hand side. That's their first score of the afternoon. They're one behind. Coburg, 1 straight 6. That beautiful electronic scoreboard out there showing 8.5 minutes in the opening quarter.
Carigliano will go short for his first pass, and it was wayward. Bounced off the chest of Nathan Blair, and it goes out of play. So a wasted ball that time, and it gives Williamstown a chance to search for its first goal of the game.
If you're in the Coburg area today, people, listeners, certainly there's plenty of space for you to come down. Just put that red wine down and get away from the fire and come down and support both clubs.
It's the only game in the Peter Jackson VFL today. Boundary throw in. Over the top of it, Poser got dispossessed. Well done, Gibbons. Pongrasic again with the snap, and this time it's 6. 1-1-7 Williamstown, Coburg 1 straight 6.
The crowd goes
9
wild.
gone, opening turn.
The crowd goes wild. Talk about that space in the crowd. They could make a little bit more noise. Come on, Williamstown supporters.
It's a bit of a work in progress at the moment, though, isn't it? I mean, we're going to see, I think, a development here on the wing. Is that? I think there might be something happening here on that part of the ground.
I know there's a master plan Moreland Council have, but it kind of extends only to the sort of the shops on the Sydney Road side. It'd be great if they could come down here and really improve the facilities Back in the middle. Good build-up again by the Seagulls for that previous goal. Ball not going anywhere. We'll have it thrown up again in the circles. Pongrassic getting hands to it. Pongrassic and Jolly, mainstays. Meese trying to feed it down to Markon. There's a whistle. And a free kick will go the way of the Lions. It's Aidan Tilley who's got it. And arrived on the list, played a handful of games for the Lions and had a pretty good impact. His kick inside the 50. Good mark. Liam Hunt takes it. And he'll kick directly in front from just inside the 50. So Hilly, he gave us a sense of what the breeze was doing. What's going to do to this kick?
Well, he'll certainly cover the distance, only kicking from probably right on the arc, I'd say, by the time he takes his kick. But it should just blow a little bit right to left, I would have thought, just from that top of the 50-metre mark.
In he comes. He's 49 metres out. It's a straight-looking kick. It's straight through the middle. No problems at all. 11th goal for Liam Hunt for the season, and they've got 2 on the board. 2 straight 12 plays, 1-1-7. 11 minutes gone in this opening quarter.
35 touches, 10 tackles last week against Casey. Had a good game.
He certainly did cover the distance easily there. It was really a soft 50-metre kick at goal, and the ball covered easily 10 metres past the line, well over the fence. So just shows you how strong that breeze is, and I'm sure Williamstown will be looking forward to getting a hold of that in the second quarter.
We'll go around the grounds in a moment too, Adam.
Ball thrown up back in the middle. Tilley in the ruck here for Coburg, but a clearance for Williamstown. Markon was the man that got it toward half forward. It's at centre half forward, in fact, and going nowhere is Davies. Ball up.
7-8-50 West Coast playing St Kilda 7-5-47. The Eagles by 3, 28 gone in the second quarter at Etihad Stadium. I imagine the lid would be shut today there.
You'd hope so. Well, the sun is shining. It's about as good as a winter's day can get, minus the winds. Trying to work his way through here. Wheeler going to play. In fact, it was Schultz boundary throw-in.
I can tell you, sun wasn't shining earlier today over Brighton Bentley Way.
It wasn't shining here either.
It was freezing, and the rain was relentless for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. So.
Yeah, not so bad here in the northern suburbs, I'll admit. So we're inside 50 for Williamstown, looking for goal number 2. Mullane got a clearing ball for Coburg. It goes toward the outer wing. It's a one-on-one contest here, but the ball was fisted away by Myers, and McDonald couldn't get anywhere near it. Boundary throw-in. Just outside 50. 2 goal straight Coburg, 1-1-7 Williamstown. 12.5 in opening term. It's round 16 action in the Peter Jackson VFL. Only game on today. Williamstown still have a minor premiership on the line. Boundary throw it. Meese tried to guide it down to Wheeler against his old side today. Allen was the man that got the kick away. Does it stay in? I think it was fumbled over the line. Boundary throw in.
Yeah, know some folks who are over here visiting from Canada at the moment, and talk to them about the weather and saying, oh, this is about as it gets here. Winter, they say, oh, well, this is a perfect spring day. Ball tossed back in. I know, they cop it though in the summer if they're visiting down here. Ball into space, they're just trying to hack it forward here, the Seagulls. Pongrassic needing to lay the tackle, couldn't do so. Little underground ball, ends up in the hands of Singh, who kicks it up towards the 50. Leading in the race for this is Donnell. He's tackled, it's towards the line, we'll have it thrown in. We just hope that the breeze, the wind, the way that it is, will just every time. You know when you're getting to finals when the weather changes.
Surely this is a bit of a mismatch. Tilley on Meese in the ruck. There's a huge difference in body weight there.
Yep, and Meese, as per usual, get the front position. Well, almost went over his head. Well, Masali trying to pick up the footy for Coburg, not going anywhere. Formerly on Essendon's list, and the ball will be thrown up.
Dare say the most challenging ruck contest Aidan Tilley's ever had to deal with, I reckon, is Nick Meese.
Yeah. Well, for everyone in the competition, really. If he doesn't get the 3 votes off the umpires for last week's effort, it'll be interesting come listing time. Another ball up. We're going to be on world record pace for the ball to be thrown up. A lot of stoppages already in this game. That's the tough conditions. Meese getting the tap down again. He might have 1,000 hit outs by the end of the day. And instead it's the Lions going forward. Peter Fawkes getting the fist in there. Trying to work his way out is Greiser. There's a whistle. There's a free kick. It's going the way of the Lions. And it'll be Peter McAvoy to take it. Can he get the distance from here, Hilly, with the breeze?
Certainly could.
So he's just going to load up. And he does. It's a deep ball. They fly from all directions. No one can pick it up. Schultz almost threw the ball out. The umpire coming in saying going to get a free kick. It's a free kick to Schultz to take it. Here at full back. His short kick across the ground to Tippett, who can clear the 50 with this kick. It's a dangerous ball over the head there of Masters. Charleston getting there first, got good support over the top. It ends up with Bewley. Kick partially smothered. Now they work it up the line. Charleston again works it back to Cordy, who kicks. Well, the ball just dropped sharply for Davies. Handball over the top, Charleston. They just can't get out of this space. Front on contact on Jolly. Not called. Now they pile in on top right near the boundary line on centre wing. And the umpire says, give it to me. 12 plays 7. Coburg leading Williamstown. And we've played 16 minutes in this opening quarter.
Good tough hard footy there in front of Glen Hill. Umpire throws it up. Cordy and Goodwin, neither really got a hands on that one. Wheeler dispossessed.
Bewley for Williamstown just come off, just took a high knock there to the jaw in a contest. But I tell you what, he's tough as nails. Just came straight off and shook it off. I think the doctor will just have a quick look at him, but he looks like he'll be ready to go back out there soon.
It's one thing you notice, I reckon, Hilly, between the Williamstown players and Coburg players. There's a lot of well-built Williamstown players out there today. Posar takes the mark here.
Yeah,
I'll talk about a Greiser and a Bewley.
Yeah, there's a real difference in experience overall on the park. Obviously, Williamstown are a highly experienced team, and there's a lot of pre-seasons, a lot of VFL seasons, a lot of VFL pre-seasons out there for Williamstown today.
So Coburg played a short game here, and they've got it to the middle of the ground. Carigliano hand pass out wide. Lawless sends the ball deep. Now who's forward? It's Kabadia on the bounce, claimed the ball under immediate pressure is Hisham. Gets brought down. A very good tackle by Joel Tippett. Results in another stoppage just outside 50.
Well, a lot of talk about the tackling over the past 24 hours, and we'll continue for another week.
Yep, well, we'll continue all the way until the day after the VFL Grand Final, I reckon, Peter Mercado.
The AFL Grand Final too.
With that particular prize now seemingly belonging to one D. Martin. Ball up.
I was interested in the one last night. The Grundy Ben Brown incident.
Just trickles inside 50 here for Coburg, but Tippett's over the top of it. Never actually got the ball. Goes in for the second bite. Got it to Greiser. Out wide, Jolly. A wayward handball. Supports there. Available through Gibbons, but he decides to run it over instead. Went for the safety of the boundary line.
So a smattering of fans here. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Next week, Seagulls fans, we will be at Burbank for Williamstown and Werribee, and then Punt Road for Richmond Sandringham, and the final round Coburg and Essendon. Could have some finals ramifications there for the Bombers as trying to work his way through. Excellent. It was a nice handball out. Now the high up and under kick. Forks over the back with the fist. It's still in a dangerous spot. Working hard there as Pickers to try and get through. Talking about players who play with Frankston, there's another one. Now they try and clear the area. Kavara just shot the handball out to Masters. On defensive 50, his kick is short, his kick is good. Spots up his teammate in Davies, who goes up the line, and they're just going to do this by short kicks. The way they're going to do it, Kavara. Another short kick. Oh, past Gibbons. He should have taken that mark, and now they're on him on the overlap. Posar. Little barrel ball is going to work out. McAvoy takes the mark. 55 from goal. Peter's going to drop it in short, and that's goods. And this is Sam Lawson, who's kicked 6 goals in his 7 games this season. Handy pickup for the Lions, and a chance to put the third on the board.
Look, these guys are a step above local footy, but I was here yesterday, Peter Mercado's set shot goal kicking in this, well, pretty much in its entire half of the ground was near impossible. There weren't many converted yesterday.
So Lawson comes in.
Right goalpost here. Should draw back on the breeze.
There's the guru.
Let's see. He's missed it. Left-hand side.
Hilly, did you get one wrong last week up at Craigieburn?
Well, it did help with Werribee because they kicked so straight for the day. So
I know you weren't there,
good
Peter, but Hilly correctly predicted every single set shot goal last week. It was
What a shame it doesn't extend to his racing tips.
good mark out here by Carigliano.
He wouldn't be
for Coburg.
here, he'd be on a Caribbean island, which he owns.
He wants
that's right.
Lawler. Couldn't take the mark. Was he infringed upon? It's either a free kick for he or Jolly. It'll be Patrick Lawler. He's goalless in season 2017. Played D-League last week.
Liam Hunt's all on his own here. I don't think
but the ball's got to carry a long way to
Yeah,
get there
I know.
with the wind.
And we talked difficulty a moment ago, Peter, with shots at goal. He couldn't get much more difficult than this one.
I'll be using the breeze to guide this one through. That's exactly what he does. Coburg get goal number 3. They want to get as many runs on the board as possible with the breeze. 3-1-19, plays 1-1-7, time on. Opening term on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
he made that look easy.
He did, and that was a terrific use of the breeze. He hung the ball outside of the goals, basically, and the breeze just brought the ball back right to left, but from deep in that pocket, just judging that beautifully.
It was a seamless shot for a man that was goalless at this level.
Yep.
Certainly, but he's got one on the board, and that'll certainly give him some confidence.
They got to him as well. 3-1-19, 1-1-7, into time on, 21 gone. And it's Coburg again looking to go forward. Laurel flew high, got it down. Kabadia gets around a couple. He loads up from 55. It's a high ball all the way to the goal square. 2-on-1 in favour of the Seagulls. And they managed to punch it through for a behind. So Jack Charleston to pick up the footy. 3-2-20 plays 1-1-7. 21 and a half minutes gone in the opening quarter. VFL Live on video stream and also audio stream through vfl.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
Get used to this. A lot of kick-ins from this Harding Street side of the ground going toward the outer wing. Another turnover that was Hunt. Goes in board. It was a great pass earlier. Wanted Hish. Couldn't get him. And Williamstown ball as Gibbons gets around Carigliano. Holds onto the ball. Hand pass off. Schultz works it to the wing. And we've got a foot race for the ball. Ground level. And it's Cordy. Cordy over the line. Boundary throw-in.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Williamstown use a bit of a chip around style tactic with only probably about 5 minutes left in this quarter, or 6 or 7 minutes left in this quarter. So if they do get possession on the wing, I wouldn't be surprised if they just try and protect their possession for a few minutes.
How many goals is this breeze worth, Hilly?
At ground level, it feels like about 8. I haven't had a chance to get out there just yet, and I'll reassess that one at quarter time, but it's certainly strong. It's probably the strongest breeze I've felt at Coburg for some time.
Gibbons escaped from the chaos, got it to Bewley, but he misses his shot, and it's 1-2-8 Williamstown, Coburg 3-2-20.
Thought Craigieburn was windy. Wow.
We were quite lucky last week.
Yeah,
Craigieburn was fantastic. There was hardly any breeze at all last week. The conditions were fantastic. And
It'd be a nightmare today, though, let me tell you.
As Carigliano kick it along, and boy, doesn't that take off with the breeze. That's a 60-metre kick. As the ball heading up the line, Charleston first in the race with this traps to the line. We'll have it thrown in. Mixing there as well. Ben Allen for Coburg as they all trot away into attack here for the Lions. 20 plays 8. 23 minutes gone. Round 16. The Peter Jackson VFL, the final game of round 16. Jolly did well to get that handball out to Meese, to Forks as they work around in circles. Jolly another one. Over to Marcon, who kicks up the line. Is going to turn the footy over. So now an opportunity for the Lions as the long ball going deep inside the 50. Almost the mark. Not paid there to Hunt. He couldn't got hands to it in the end. Now Charleston. Oh, he's turned it over. Straight to Kabadia. He's going to run into an open goal. They were under pressure. Well done, the Coburg forwards, and they got their fourth on the board. 4-2-26 plays 1-2-8. We've played 23, almost 24 minutes in this opening quarter. Kabadia already with 2 goals for the Lions.
showed great poise there, Pete. Just steadied himself, made sure that he was clear, and realised he was clear. And once he did that, it was a certainty from the top of the goal square.
Some believe stiff not to be on an AFL list is Hisham Kabadia.
Well,
as we know, this is the club to come to at VFL level if you want to go to the next level. You got to look at Luke Ryan.
Exactly, and he's had a great season so far, and he's got some great attributes that certainly transform to the next level. So he might have an opportunity at some stage.
Hunt claimed high after his kick, so the free kick will come back to him. It won't go downfield. He'll have his free kick from the centre circles.
Williamstown just in damage control at the moment, just trying to hold off Coburg from getting a little late run on here.
And the breeze feels a bit stronger than it did, I reckon, at the start of the game. So Liam Hunt looks ahead, just goes as long as he can, inside 50, going up Tilly, didn't take the mark, free kick for the Seagulls, and it's going to be claimed this time by Pickus.
He got good hands to that too.
He's going to be told to play on. Broadcast wing, there won't be much action here today. High contest, no one can bring it down. Chisari's under some pressure. Wrapped up by Yakabaccio. Umpire's got a call for a ball up here, and now he does.
Yeah, so ticking down to quarter time. 5 goals this opening quarter. 4 going the way of the home team. Ball tossed back up, and that's just taken by Goodwin. Throws it on the boot out of mid-air. This might work out okay, though. There's the ball here. Ecolano trying to put it up to the top of the goal square. And they're under all sorts of pressure. Ball going absolutely nowhere, and the umpire says, give it to me. At the bottom of the pack, Tyler Curtis picks himself up in a dangerous spot. Ruckman nominating. Meese. Can he take one? No, he gave one over the shoulder. And so it's a free kick to the Lions. And it'll be Tilly to take it. He's played 6 games so far for the Lions. He's kicked the 8 goals. And he's taking plenty of time to get up too. A little bit of an ear massage from Nick Meese. And Tilly will line up and have a shot. He'll only be 20 metres out.
He's certainly taken the full amount of time here.
This is a tricky shot because the wind is directly at your back, and some players can fall into the trap of trying to get the wind to do the job for them. They end up hooking it normally.
Well, let's see. Very deliberate approach, and he has. He's pushed it.
So he tried to kick through that one, and it was just a little bit too powerful, and the wind didn't really have a chance to do anything with it.
27 plays 8. 27 gone, opening quarter. And it's Greiser kicking to himself.
As usual, goes toward the outer side with the long ball. It falls out the back. We've got a foot race for it. It's picked up by Gregory. Needed help, and now they go inboard. Mullane, that's going to be chopped off. A good mark is taken there by Condon.
No one up ahead.
23rd man, so he goes sideways. Charleston fell over, still kept his eye on the ball, took the mark. Now things slow down for him. Williamstown just want to get to that quarter-time huddle, have a crack at the breeze. He's kicked down the line, kicked to a 2-on-1. Made it fairly difficult there for Pongracic. The only goal kicker for Williamstown. He hacked the ball forward. Now Condon again gets involved. It's left half forward for the Seagulls and a ball up. 27.5 minutes in opening term. Peter Jackson, VFL Live, the only game in town today. Ball gets thrown up. Meese with the left hand guided it down. Allen's kick was smothered. Mark on, little chipper inside 50. Yakabaccio trying to trap it. The ball stayed on ground level out of nowhere. The snap on the left.
Oh, Kavara.
Benny Kavara, and he dribbled a goal. 2-2-14, Williamstown, Coburg 4-3, 27-28 gone opening term.
Morris medalist Benny Kavara played at Frankston, as Adam told you earlier, Hilly, but that's just great skill along the deck.
Oh, it certainly was, and just keeping it under the breeze, obviously, and he's got tremendous skill, and he's also another player that might be looked at later in the year for a promotion to an AFL list. And certainly putting together a good season for Williamstown this year.
Yeah, I think that the standout will be, well, he's got 22 goals for the season. It was 14 games or 15 games now. That if he has a really good final series.
Yeah, and Williamstown obviously going to fit
inside the 50. Greiser coming out to meet it. Lawson just putting the tackle on. Ball eventually released. Charleston's there. Back to Greiser. They go around in circles. Now working there is Myers, who finds a teammate in short. And they're just going to do this again, the short kick. It's the only way to do it. There's Pongracic just settling things down.
Kabadi just making his way off the field now.
All right, keep an eye on that, Healy. That's a good mark to Donnell. Out there on centre wing, on that outer side. 29, almost 30 minutes gone. It's Donnell, a little short chipper. Now they can get things moving here, the Seagulls. The long ball inside 50 is going to sit up and grab not the second for Schultz. Davies, his ball was partially smothered. Plenty of lines at the fall of this ball. The kick out wide, though. He's going straight into the path of Tippett, who's going to go with a low ball. Maybe not the best option, but the only one he had. Mullane for the Lions, trying to break the tackle. He's tackled over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in deep into attack for the Seagulls. It's Coburg 4-3-27. Williamstown 2-2-14. 30 on, opening quarter.
So Hilly's going to keep an eye on Hisham Kabadia for us. He's been good. Kicked 2 goals. That'll be a big loss for Coburg. They're looking for their second win of the season. We have a ball up here. Speaking to a couple of the locals, this is a big day today for the Lions, with their coach coming up against the old rival, the team he used to coach in Williamstown. You know, Germo's moving on at the end of the season. This is Curry on the wing here for Williamstown. Goes wide. Myers, will he trap that one? No. Lets it skid out of play. Long quarter this one, 31 minutes now.
Well, we've had plenty of ball ups. That's the reason.
As Meese and Bewley sneak back out onto the ground. I don't think Meese will get to this ruck contest in time, so it's all up to Ace Cordy up against Goodwin. Ground level ball. Wheeler in the region. Pongrasic has a tackle, ball up. We'll go for Pongrasic.
That's where it goes the other way around, Adam, because Goodwin has their size over Cordy.
This time the throw-in favoured Meese. Now he's on ground level in the arm wrestle there with Goodwin. And they've got another ruck contest to prepare for.
Yeah, time winding down in this opening quarter. The Lions dominated with the breeze. Goodwin and Meese working out there. Wheeler got it to Jolly, who works around the body inside the 50. 2 Coburg players at the back flying. Now an opportunity out of the pack. Nope, not going to happen. The umpires to come in and throw this ball up again. Our 700th throw up already in this match. And a lot of work for Meese and Goodwin. Meese this time, silver service. Here's Donnell, twisting, turning, going around the body too far. And it's going to be marked on the last line of defence. Gregory to take it. Another attack stopped temporarily by the Lions.
Gregory towards the outer side. Not sure who he wanted that time. McAvoy a fair way back from that one. Bunker. Carigliano. Coburg out of danger. Now what's Carigliano got on the outer wing? The ball gets fisted up in the air. Ground level now. Overrun by Charleston. Combining there with Fawkes. Now it's Jolly getting his hand pass out, and the Gulls go again towards half forward. Donnell meets it, takes the mark, gets around the man on the mark, kept on going.
Oh,
loose man is Schultz. Takes it uncontested. Shot on goal coming up in the corridor.
So let's talk about it going the other way. Hilly on the siren as Schultz lines up. What does he need to do here?
He needs to aim this one just at the left goal post. It's directly in front, not beyond him here. He should be able to capitalise.
So margin will be single digits if he converts here after the siren. The kicks looks like it's off the side of the boot.
They were clapping at home, the Williamstown forwards.
1 point, and it's quarter time now. 2-4-16. And now it says 2-5. I'm lost here. 4-3.
Felt they didn't use their strength and their power, their running game well enough that quarter. So look for that this quarter. They're certainly going to set up quite small to start and try and lock that ball inside their 50 and create some opportunities. They certainly feel like they could generate a lot of opportunities with the breeze at their back this quarter. In terms of Coburg, they're still in the huddle now. Yeah. There's lots of instructions going on there. They're obviously going to defend their hearts out this quarter, kicking into this breeze, but they're certainly setting up a lot of strategies to get through that. And one of those is certainly to tag Gibbons and certainly look to lock the ball in a lot more. That quarter they played a good free running game. They probably didn't get ahead on the scoreboard as much as what they would have liked. Because having been out in that ground, it certainly is a 7 or 8 goal breeze, and they're going to be tested. This quarter against the power of Williamstown.
Peter German making his way off the ground. His assistant Paul Kennedy, who again you've got the Frankston connection there.
He's being accompanied by a couple of Glenroy Footy Club representatives I just saw there. Our own Mark Stone, by the way, very closely connected to the Glenroy Footy Club.
Oh. So. What are you trying to whip up a story or something? Come on, Adam.
He could be available, perhaps.
We know he is available. 4 games time.
Or
anyway,
even, of course, VFL level. Back in the middle.
4-3-27 plays 2-3-15. Coburg leading as the second quarter underway.
Goodwin snatched it from the ruck. His kick, though, was smothered. Charleston puts a tackle in to force a stoppage, and Lowson has to give the ball back to the umpire. We'll go again. So now Williamstown get the breeze, and the first clearance for Gibbons. Second term will belong to Williamstown. That much we probably know, but how many goals can they get on the board? That's the big question. Another ball up.
He's a ball magnet, Gibbons. They've asked the tag on him, and he just gets the first clearance. Here he goes again.
So ground level again, Marcon trying to extract it. Allen's not going to allow that. We're still inside the centre square. 4-3 plays 2-3. Hisham Kabadia, 2 goals in this game, but as we know, shoulder concern for him. Holding the ball here, and that'll clear the congestion finally, in a free kick for Coburg to be taken by Ben Allen.
And he's on the edge of the square. Handball's over the top. Trying to find a player in space. It's Posar. Now the downfield free kick.
Oh.
Something happens after the Allen kick.
I'm a little confused, boys, because the whistle blew and it was a downfield free kick, but the downfield was in the middle of the ground. The player hadn't released the ball, then released it after the whistle.
It might actually be a 50 because Allen's the one taking the kick again.
Yeah, it actually looks like he's come down 50 metres.
Yeah, I reckon it's a 50-metre penalty.
Meanwhile, Ben Allen, just inside the 50, he goes with a low, flat ball. It's actually got the trip, but not the accuracy, and one behind. 4-4-28 plays 2-3-15. Hilly.
It certainly was for a hit off the ball, so I'm a little confused as to why that would be a 50-metre penalty as opposed to just a down-the-ground free kick.
And why Allen would take it if it's a down-the-field free kick when he's stuck in the centre of the ground. But anyway, it one behind is the result. Posar gets the handball out, working around his Hunt, and the little short ball is okay. Lawler will go into the forward pocket. Over the back there, Tilly. Couldn't get hands to it, but working there, Mullane. It goes across the face of goal and out of bounds. And we'll have it thrown in 15 metres around from the behind post for Coburg.
Every forward 50 entry at this balustrade end of the ground is going to be absolutely vital. We saw Williamstown get 5 scoring shots.
Our female umpire went down in the centre of the ground just then and is covered in mud up the back of the shirts. So.
That's not great. These aren't the days that you relish as a player or umpire. Now, we've got an out of bounds on the full. It's going to be a free kick to Coburg, and it's going to be a tricky one at that.
Don't forget boundary riders, of course.
And boundary riders. As
commentators.
Mullane will take it. He's just going to chip the ball top of the goal square. It's not necessarily the best option. There's chopping of the arms going there. Peter McAvoy on Sam Donnell. It'll be Donnell to take the free kick. Last line of defence for Williamstown.
Now what's interesting, he's looking broadcast side here, and that's not going to be ideal with the wind. He got it to Singh. It wasn't a mark though. Kick to the outer wing. Now Posar takes the mark for the Lions. Goes in board. The kick won't reach Goodwin, but did well off the half volley. Allen wide. Hunt inside 50. Lawler's in the spot. Takes the mark. But this is a very testing kick coming up. Up here in our broadcast area, the wind might have just died down a little bit, but it could be a different story 100 or so metres away from us.
Great positioning from Lawler there, getting loose, dropping off the back of his man and finding some space. And it's a big kick from here, but if he aimed this one out to the left, somewhere out towards the behind post.
Kicked a very good set shot in the first quarter. Oh. This is going to go right to the wire, top of the goal square. The ball was cleared back out. Now we're on 50, the fist there. Now it's ground level. Charleston, pressure coming. Didn't have much help. It goes out of play. Boundary throw in at left half forward.
Interesting that, deciding not to rush it through the Seagulls. Right on the goal line, they would have had a good case to do so.
So throw in here. Goodwin and Meese. Meese got in front, got his tap down. Pongracic with the tackle on Hunt. Ball did spill out. Meese brought down by Allen. Was it in the back? Or a throw rather? The ladder and a free kick to go Ben Allen's way. What's he got on offer? There's a couple of leads presenting at him. He decides to go fairly deep toward the square. Curtis was his target, got pushed down, no mark taken. And the Seagulls repel 50 once more. They've got it into the middle of the ground and a long kick to an empty 50. And now we've got a foot race for the ball. It's going to hold up about 40 out. Both players overrun at that time. Cleary was one of them for Coburg. The switching pass for Hunts. Reeled in the mark, last line of defence.
Oh, that was very dangerous because that ball was still travelling right to the boundary line. He plays on. He's going to handball short. Carigliano's going to be met by Masters. Coughs up the footy. Well done, Pongrassic. Now they've got some space. Marcon just needs to pick it up. We're going around in circles. Working there, Condon to the top of the goal square. It sits up at the back and the mark. Excellent work, Sammy Donnell. Knew where that ball was travelling to. He was at the back. Just did enough body work. And he's taken the mark. And he will line up and have a shot. 15 metres out.
One of the smartest players in the VFL competition, Sam Donnell, and should have no trouble from here.
No doubt about that, Hilly. On both counts. And he makes absolutely sure of it. And they've got their third. 3-3-21 plays 4-4-28. 6 gone second quarter. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Sammy Donnell's first goal for this afternoon. 19th for the season. Leading goal kicker for this Williamstown side. As I look down my list, all it's playing today. Benny Cavara has 21 for season 2017. Aaron Sipos not in the lineup today. He's got 22. So Cavara goes level with him, but they've had such an even spread of goal kickers throughout the season, Adam.
Good to see Kabadi has snuck back out onto the ground as well. Williamstown looking for another goal. Curry out in front of Gregory, claims the ball, and then went for the line.
Yeah, just on Kabadi, just at quarter time, he was being strapped on that shoulder and did seem to have good movement. So not surprised to see him back out there, and let's hope he can get through the game.
So right on 50 here for the Gulls. Still down by 7 points, 7 minutes into the second term. Throw in. Neither ruckman got it that time. It was Cordy up against Goodwin. Wheeler. W squared brought down. Ball up right on the digits. One of our favourites on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Ball up. Goodwin, uncontested that time. Tried to win it down to Lawler, but it's Charleston that has it for the Seagulls. A nice little chipper out wide for Gibbons. Now we saw Lawler kick a set shot from this range in the first quarter.
Speaking of names that we like here on Peter Jackson VFL Live, nice to see Wiley Buzzer getting senior action with Geelong.
Yep. There's a few going around. All eyes right now. As we go towards the top of the square. Off hands, a quick snap on goal. It's another one for the Gulls. I reckon it was the 23rd man in Condon.
It is.
They get around him. There will be a conversation between goal umpire and field umpire.
Touched.
No goal.
No score review. We've got the cameras on it.
Margin down to an even 6.
All right, well, they did get to him, so he's going to have to go again, Condon, and get his first goal at this level. Kick short, Donnelly for the Lions. Goes out wide. They still haven't exited the 50 yet. And it's Peter McAvoy. Out of his natural habitat, his kick up the line isn't necessarily the greatest, and the umpire will come and throw the ball up. No, must have been touched closer to the boot, but it was hard to pick from our vantage point here. Overrunning the footy, McDonald. Gibbons got the handball out. Now a kick, long ball, open goal square, one behind. 23 plays 28. Coburg leading, 9 gone in this second quarter. Next week we'll follow the Seagulls back to Burbank. Big game against Werribee coming up. You're impressed with Werribee last week, Adam, but lost to Collingwood yesterday.
Iacobaccio, he's actually got a loose man out here. Good pass, and now Coburg work it to the wing, although that kick overcooked. It goes out of play, a boundary throw in. Thrown off guard by an unusual number out there, I think, Peter Mercado.
Yeah,
I saw 47. There's no 47 on my team list. Throw in. If you could help us out, Hilly, that'd be great.
See what I can do there, boys.
See if someone's swapped jumpers at quarter time. Boundary throw in. Cordy and Goodwin. Neither really got it down to advantage. Exxon got his kick towards half forward, but Danell across half back. Hand pass over the top, and Davies got it across, and Williamstown repel off half back once more, and a well-weighted kick and a good mark taken by Lee Masters. Looks ahead, gets it onto the boot. We're inside the right forward pocket. Mark dropped at the crucial moment by Chisari. Forced over the line. Was there high contact? No. Boundary throw in, right on 50.
No, there wasn't. It was just on that. That was a real drop of the shoulders, and it's the Joel Selwood move that a lot of players are trying to copy at the moment, including Reece Matheson at the Brisbane Lions, and it's really a disappointing aspect of the game, actually. I'd like to see it cut right out.
Big fist. I reckon that was Cordy. Back over the line.
Of all the things to have named after you, a tackle may not be one of those.
It's not great, is it, Pete?
Hilly with some strong thoughts there. Boundary throw in. We are inside 50 for the Gulls. A goal puts him in front for the first time today. Over the top, Kavara. Nice to watch it go out of play right in front of the race. Harding Street end of the ground, which will be the scoring end today. It's where a majority of the crowd has gathered as well in this right forward pocket. Probably the most popular spot on this ground for the masses. Boundary throw in, fell short that time of both Meaths and Goodwin out the back. Yakabaccio.
That was
There was
too
no
high.
ducking that time, although he did slip.
Don't think we can argue the toss on that one.
Back pocket ball here for Josh Yakabaccio. He's going to be asked to hurry up. Calls of Yak as he goes down the line for Hunt. Now it came off the knee there of Curtis. Not below it though, so it's a throw in.
I think you'll find 47 today is Mitch Conn, 23rd player, who I had originally as number 52.
Okay, appreciate that. Thank you, Peter Mercado. Boundary throw in again. Curtis in the ruck here for Coburg. Ground level. Bunker, Hunt, Allen. Right foot ball into the middle of the ground now. Lawler's caught behind here and in the right spot. The Gulls can rebound again. Short little pass is okay for Greiser. It's a nice little kick as well there from Pickus. Deep inside 50 once more, and out the back is Gregory for Coburg.
Yeah, it's going to take his time.
Where's the way out here, Pete? Down the line?
Oh, so the short kicking we saw from Williamstown, or he could kick it out in the full. That's probably not the best option, but tricky. We saw Williamstown, they just chipped the ball up the wing on the outer side to try and get out. Had to clear the space, but it was a tough kick. Now Chisari goes high, inside the 50, almost the mark over the front to Nick Singh. Kavara bounces to his feet, Singh in the goal square, round the body, goal. And he's in the right place, the right time. They had numbers goal side, and Nick Singh adds another one to the total. We've played 13 minutes in this second quarter. 4-5-29 plays 4-4-28. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live, Nick Singh's first goal for this afternoon.
Coburg just didn't react quick enough there with the turnover, the kick going out in the full, and couldn't push numbers back fast enough. And just on that occasion, there seemed to be about 7 or 8 Williamstown players at the top of the goal square and only about 4 Coburg players. So not surprised to see Singh free, just dropping off the back of that pack.
So it took 13 minutes for Williamstown to get the lead with the breeze here, and they're up by a point back in the middle. Meese got an early jump that time on Tilly. Ground level though. Hunt, hand pass, a bit of a nothing one. Kabardier. Umpire spotted something here. It might have been a downfield umpire. Could have been a throw.
No, I think it would have been a throw there against Hunt.
Jolly claims it for the Gulls. They're looking to extend their lead. Ace Cordy goes up, but had a bit too much to bite off that time. Davies. Hand pass out, Masters hacked it toward the square. Kavara needed hand pass options. Curry on the left. It's a point. 4-6-30 plays 4-4-28, 14 and a half into the second term.
It's a great release from Kavara there. Nearly set up another goal for Williamstown.
Yep, the second score assist in as many minutes
you just feel he's growing with confidence. Obviously the change of club, change of environment, and took a little bit to get going this season, but just once he's got going, he's been very dangerous forward of the ball.
He has. We'll hope for this ball to come back from Rigliano, kicking a long ball outside the 50. A bit on it from Grassick. Dealt with. Willie Wheeler just shot the handball out dangerously. Meese trying to find some space. Grigliano again. It's kicked straight to Peter Fawkes, who takes the mark. He'll go across the ground. Grace at disposals. Back Jolly. Back to Fawkes. And Jolly was dealt with after he released the footy. So he'll get the free kick in the centre square here at Piranha Park. Can set up another attack forward. He just goes over the top this time. They're going to take their time going up the ground. From Grassick, been pretty good today. His kick in the direction of Charleston, who can run onto this if it sits. It does. He steadies. He gets to 35. A low ball for Kavara. He's setting him up. Can he kick it himself? He goes around the body. And it's across the face, so I'm behind. A bit of wrestling going on. Cordy not liking the attention in the goal square. And a little bit of a wrestle as well. So it'll fall back here to Carigliano to release the footy.
Cordy tried to sort of tap it through with his foot, soccer style. Couldn't quite get that. A helicopter ball out here for Coburg, and Exxon fumbled initially. Got it to Con. Hand pass in borderlines. Have a couple of numbers. Back to Exxon. Needs some help. Good tackling pressure. Holding the ball. Well done, Gibbons. JJ goes inside 50, looking for W squared. Wheeler dropped it. Kavara steps aside. He's got some real slickness about him. Does Ben Kavara. His kick not great though, and Coburg out of danger once more. It's Hunt off half back. He's looking ahead. Doesn't see much available. Wide to McAvoy. Picks it up on the bounce. Has to get around Fawkes and Donnell. Now Curtis presents on the outer wing. Just didn't get down low enough, and the ball skittled him in the end. And now Fawkes in the long sleeves. That's a smart decision up towards half forward. Donnell will watch it go out of play.
Fawkes couldn't hit the pass there, but when he looked up, he just didn't have anyone deep inside 50 to kick to. But that's because Williamstown worked so hard to get back there, and a really professional unit. As soon as they turned the ball over there, 7 or 8 players who were across half forward sprinted back to half back, and it's a really good sign for Williamstown. They're working hard for each other.
Well, that's it. And can't lose second position today, but they just want to keep pace with Box Hill on top of the ladder. There's twisting and turning. Musali. He's over the line. We'll have it thrown in.
Staying close at Etihad Stadium. Eagles by 2 points against St Kilda.
17.5 gone here.
Looks like a real seesawing battle, that one.
Half time, we're going to hear from Collingwood's Ash Close, part of the VFL Rewind show on Monday night. Interesting story. The Big Moose is working their Meese. And Musali got hands to it, dispossessed by Jolly, who handballed to Charleston, who handballs up looking for Willie Wheeler. Coming in for the intercept is Bunker, and the boundary line wins out, and we'll have it thrown in again. A lot of throw-ins today, a lot of throw-ups. Meaning long quarters, even though it's been just the 2 goals for Williamstown. 2 goals 4 in this quarter to 1 behind. As again, Seagulls going forward. Big pack of players. Who's getting goal side? Davies trying to pick up this footy. He won't be able to do so, and the umpire will say, give it to me. There's Meese getting the tap down. A little bit of a fumble there. Gregory paddling in front of him. This is a high ball going out of bounds on the full. No, it's through for behind. Was that a mark on his back there as he tried to curl it around? 4-8-32 plays 4-4-28, 4-point ball game. We've played 19 minutes in this second quarter, and the ball's out here, and Donnelly takes the mark.
They kept the Sydney Road wing completely free of congestion, Coburg. His kick was smothered though, and now running it out of play is Carigliano. I think by design, boundary throw in.
Tactical, do you think?
Certainly was.
Wasn't subtle.
Yeah, right.
Under enough pressure though, so no infringement. So almost time on second term. Williamstown are in front, but only by 4 points. Posar Got his hand pass out. Kick smothered off the boot of Al-Musali. Now Posar again. Been okay for Coburg. Never got boot to ball that time though. Mark on, won it back for Williamstown. Inside 50. Curry just on the half volley. Fumbled but got it back. Hand pass too hot for Charleston. Gets it in front of Carigliano. Then the ladder brings him down. Ball up on the 50. I reckon he's been good today as well, Carigliano. Call his name a couple times.
Just keep an eye on him at the moment. He's just dropped off the back of the pack. He's looking for his opponent. I think he's supposed to be on Curry, and that's a real mismatch in terms of height.
Hunt's kick smothered by Pongrasic. It's going to stay in play. Then it's forced out. So it was Coburg by 12 points at quarter time.
Interesting the way you look at this now. Say, well, Williamstown doing all the scoring, but they've only got a 4-point advantage. And even though Coburg have only put the one behind up, they're doing well just to halt the scoring of Williamstown.
Yes, not a lot of fluidity about Williamstown's movement so far today. There's a chance here though. Schultz, that's a good tackle. That's a really good tackle to force another ball up.
Well, it's a really good tackle if the player doesn't hit his head, isn't it? Because it grabbed the arms down.
Yep.
Well, I think Hilly wants to editorialise in a minute.
We've got a rush behind here.
Sorry, boys.
Off you go.
I thought the question was being posed at him, but it certainly was. It was a great tackle, and he wrapped him right up, and that's what you want to see. You want to see the full grope. Basically.
No, it was just the. I'm about to launch into something here. It's as the kick comes in short, because everyone's been talking about it over the past week. And it's that there were 2 calls yesterday in that North Melbourne Collingwood game. One was considered a dangerous tackle, and the other one was considered okay. And those look similar to me. But anyway, Tippett's got it.
He's just going to put this top of the goal square, boys.
60 from goal, and he does just that. Plenty of numbers around for the Lions. The fist comes in, ball spilling free. Donalds, Mullane trying to just push it forward. Didn't get any purchase on that whatsoever. That is a throw.
That is fantastic umpiring.
Lawson trying to get it to Lawler. Did it, but more in a rugby style than an AFL style. And Greiser will take the free kick. Again, they go inside 50. They've had plenty of it. And one grab and the second going to be paid to McAvoy. It is. And looking up the ground, there's no one forward of centre for the Lions. So the kick's going to be short. It's going to be Posar who takes it in the back pocket. And this is what Williamstown employed. Just short chipping sort of ball as Con goes across the ground. And it's Gregory.
Pete, if Coburg can hold on here for the next 5 or 6 minutes, they've done an extremely good job to only allow 2 goals to this stage of the quarter.
Could not agree more, but Masters comes in and takes the mark over Lawler. He's 55 from goal and within range, but he's going to just pop it up to the top of the square. Cordy, it goes over the back. I think that's a mark to Fawkes. It is. Cordy flew over the top. And you've got to say, nice little decoy play because Fawkes was there just waiting at the back and it fell into his breadbasket.
Well, again, it's just using your mind there. The obvious thing is that the kicking with the breeze, and if you get behind the leading player and the ball does carry, you want to be in front, and that's exactly where he was. Great positioning from Fawkes.
Just the 1 goal for the defender for this season. And the 9 games played thus far, and he's made it 2. His first 4 today, 5-9-39, playing 4-4-28, 23 and a half gone in this second quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live at Piranha Park, a windy Piranha Park as you can hear in Cam's effects mics. Score around the grounds if we can there, Adam.
Final change at Etihad Stadium, 10-10-70 to West Coast Eagles over St Kilda, 10-7-67. And we're very, very close to the Tigers and the Hawks going to battle in what is a fairly big game for both sides. Back in the middle and another clearance for Gibbons up towards half forward, but outnumbered that time was Davies out the back, and Cleary, well, got it to Gregory, then went wide. Con down the line, it's going to go out of play here. Boundary throw in. There is one Seagulls, a bit slow to get up. That looks like it's Pickus. He's okay. So
I still think you're right though, Hill. Even though they scored that goal, Williamstown, they're still in a good position, Coburg.
They certainly are, and hasn't been many scores this quarter, so it might not go as long as what it did in the previous quarter.
Jolly forces it inside 50. Schultz goes up, takes it in front of Con.
Of course, having said that, if they pile another 2 or 3 on, then it's definitely Williamstown's quarter.
Yeah, it's coming into that real red time here. We're just about to tick over 25 minutes, and Coburg really need to hang tough here. If they can hang on for 5 minutes and not allow too much on the scoreboard, they're still in it.
Now, I think this is a favourable position on the ground for set shot goal kicking today. So let's see what Schultz can do here. From the digits, a helicopter goes through. 6-9-45 Williamstown, Coburg 4-4-28, 25 gone into the second term, and that's something to keep in mind for Coburg in the third term, that perhaps using that outer wing and setting up opportunities in that sort of quadrant of the ground is going to be favourable in the third quarter.
And it certainly worked for them in the first quarter. So if they use that zone, that's certainly the scoring zone. You can score from 55, you can score from 45. It's not an issue today.
So it's now 4 goals apiece to this end of the ground.
Ball going nowhere in the middle. Good tackle there from Gibbons.
The difference has been in that first quarter, Williamstown worked really hard into the breeze to score 2 goals, and that's what's hurt Coburg on the scoreboard so far.
There's again another stalemate. Mark on, trying to extract it. Did temporarily, working there, Exon. Did well, found Lawler. Just a little outboard pass. Now he kicks up the line. This is not bad. Lawson kicking into the 50 for the Lions, and Curtis coming out to meet it. The boundary line wins out. We'll have it thrown in. They could just jag one here, the Lions. I reckon they could be pretty happy with their quarter's work. And strange to say when they've only just got the one behind on the board, but the breeze and the way it is at the moment, considering the strength of the side they're up against. There's Exon, handball out, went through Al-Masali's hands, picked up by Wheeler, who kicks up the line, finds Masters on centre wing. Out of side here for Williamstown. Thought about the short pass, decided against that, thinking about the switch, and again went back to plan A. Jolly was slightly over his head. Exon there laying the tackle, and the umpire should call a stop to this, and that is the case. As we wait for this ball to be thrown up, Goodwin and Meese just getting the tap down. Gibbons coming through, and Masali laying the tackle. Handball out there, Jolly through hands, and we'll have it thrown in again on that outer side. 27.5 minutes gone. 45 plays 28 here at Piranha Park this afternoon, the Coburg City Oval. Bright sunshine. It's a shame it's -4 degrees as the ball's tossed back in. Good work again from the boundary umpire. Falls in front of Meese this time, struggling to pick it up, and no one's going to get clear from this. Some more stoppages. Adam, let's see if we can get something going here. 45 playing 28. Deep into time on in this second quarter.
Coburg will probably want to go into the sheds with this scoreline if they can. They've got the ball at the moment. Lawler onto the right, and he might have actually hit a target. Did well there. Mark taken by Mullane, goes over the top, and Coburg looking to penetrate. Have not kicked a goal in his second term. I don't think that man was expecting it there. Carigliano has pickers to deal with. Ball does pop out now. A handball. Not all that effective. Lawson in the area. Ball's just pinballing around at the moment. Allen got involved as well. Now it's picked up by Okolano. Went wide. They've got to finish here. Curtis the man. And he does. Coburg's first and only goal of his second term into the breeze. 5-4-34. Plays 6-9-45.
To say that was important was an understatement.
Yep.
That just stopped the bleeding in this quarter, and they desperately needed that one. Can they hang on now? Only 11 points down, and you'd have to think that Coburg would take that going into half-time against such quality opposition.
Well, the other thing too, just in that lead-up play, Hilly, that Jackson McDonald made up a heap of ground. The ball was coming in right into the hot spot there, and it looked like it was going to be just a regulation Williamstown mark, but it was Jackson McDonald who actually found the space. He didn't take the mark, but he created the contest. Meanwhile, how will the Seagulls respond? Immediately they go inside the 50. Working here, Kavara. He's on 50. He throws it on the boot. It's a high ball. It's going to be off target. and through for a behind. 46 plays 34. So Gregory just throws that ball away, and it'll be Iacobaccio to take the kick.
Only the 5 goals kicked for the quarter, so I'd say we'll be looking at probably around about a 32-minute quarter.
As the kick outside the 50, working there was Curtis. They still managed to get the release here, the Lions. Donnelly kicks up the line. Fawkes had the ball fisted away from him. Allen going to work with Myers, and the boundary line wins out. We'll have it thrown in centre wing. As we see a Williamstown player down. It looks like Pickus. Looks like he caught one maybe in the shin or the ankle. The trainer's out there. He's putting his hand straight up. We'll just pause play for a moment because it's going to happen right where this contest is.
He just copped a knock about 10 minutes ago. They're going to continue to play.
They are. He's on the boundary line though, so he is outside the field of play, and he's going to try and run it off. We'll keep an eye on that, Adam, as the ball working towards the 50. And some nice play from Donnell, putting into the path of Davies. Gregory comes out to meet it strongly for the Lions. He goes with the handball, and now they'll just work it around. This is Blair. His kick, though, not the greatest. He's turned it over. Schultz will go in short and finds Davies. So is Pickus coming from the ground, Tilly? I've just been calling the play. Where is he on the ground at the moment?
I can't see him. He was in the hands of the trainers.
The trainers have run away, so everything must be okay.
Must be up on that half-forward flank area for Williamstown. I'm just trying to spot him.
So in the meantime, Tristan Davies with 31 minutes gone on the clock. Chance to add another one to the Seagulls.
Oh no, he has come off, boys.
Okay.
Just on the sidelines.
As the kick here from Davies is good. Another goal for the Seagulls. And that's his 6th. There's a few fans really enjoying that. Good to see him out here too.
There's not a lot of Williamstown supporters here today, but they're making up for it in volume.
7-10-52, plays 5-4-34, 32 minutes gone in this second quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Final term underway at Etihad Stadium now. The Eagles started that turn 3 points ahead. Goals to Josh Kennedy for the Eagles, and then a reply for Luke Dunstan. So a goal apiece to start the final term there. And still a 3-point margin as Gibbons yet again gets a clearance. We're inside 50. Goals looking for another one. Schultz has had a very good second term. Iacobaccio 360 him in a tackle. Ball up. Locals like that one. Times today, I reckon, Josh Iacobaccio. Ball up. Right forward pocket. Seagulls out to an 18-point lead as Meese won it down nicely. Gibbons. Hand pass out. Kavara got pickpocketed, got the ball back, then he got slung into the turf by Donnelly. Ball up at the top of 50.
Yeah, it was clever from Mullane in the end just to create that contest, because Kavara, we know how quick he can be. So we're just looking at Josh Pickus in front of us.
Yeah, he's
Williamstown.
Just heading down to the rooms, probably just to get a little bit of treatment early before the halftime siren. But he doesn't look to be in too much pain. It looks to be just above his ankle. Might even be just a knock on the lower part of the shin above the ankle, I'm thinking.
Yeah, his reaction to that second hit on that outer wing, it did indicate some sort of knock. We know that hurts if it lands on the shin. That was the halftime siren. And Williamstown lead by 3 straight kicks. It's 7-10-52, the Seagulls. Coburg 5-4-34, 2 long quarters so far here today. What is a beautiful day. The sun's shining, but definitely plenty of wind, Peter McCarter.
Certainly has, and they've piled on 5 goals. 5 goals, 7. Williamstown, Coburg, 1 goal, 1. They led by 12 points, Coburg, at quarter time. 18-point lead at half-time to the Seagulls as the announcements go on around the ground. The goal kickers, all singles for the Seagulls. Kavara, Donnell, Schultz, Singh, Fawkes, Pongracic and Davies. And for Coburg, 2 to Kabadia in that opening term, and then singles to Lawler, Hunt and Curtis. 7-10-52, playing 5-4-34. And we're going to take a break, and on the other side of the break we'll be listen to an interview from VFL Rewind from last Monday with Collingwood's Ash Close. Certainly an interesting story. We'll have that for you on the other side of the break right here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
Buy a digital radio.
head into your nearest retailer and upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 84 7466.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wink up first. Craig Lowndes
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM Media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus, check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
Next Sunday afternoon, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Burbank Oval for the round 17 clash between Williamstown and Werribee. The traditional rivals have plenty to play for. The Seagulls looking to lock away a top 2 spot, while the Tigers will be looking to lock away a final spot in 2017. Catch all the action next Sunday afternoon from 1:45 live on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio, and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
But it is half time here at Piranha Park, the Coburg City Oval. It's Williamstown 7-10-52, Coburg 5-4-34. A few folks out there on the ground kicking the footies. The kids are out there. They're having a great time. Parents really freezing, just running around trying to keep warm, I would suspect. Second half, plenty to come there to see if Coburg can respond. But VFL Rewind, big show coming up tomorrow on 94.13 WBC, because there is a massive milestone for one of the players here today. Ben Jolly, 250 games coming up. There is a special program, Williamstown supporters and supporters of the Peter Jackson VFL, tomorrow night on VFL Rewind. Anthony Stangens and Paul Hooper with you. For that, they're going to have a chat basically to the man himself, chat with former coaches, some teammates as well. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you check it out, or during the week through vfl.com.au. Last week, they caught up with Collingwood's Ash Close ahead of the game last night against Werribee, where the Pies did manage to have a win, but they've had some narrow wins and narrow losses, in particular at Victoria Park. They're in a really interesting situation at the moment, the Pies. Still in contention for the finals. Let's see how they play over the next couple of weeks. But Ash Close caught up with Anthony Stangens and Paul Hooper last Monday on VFL Rewind.
Tell me about your season this year. We know you've played 11 games for Northcote Park, kicking about 30-odd goals there. But you've been given your opportunity again at Collingwood. And, of course, you're in the best players the weekend gone by.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an interesting year, I suppose. The AFL list has been really quite fit, and that's sort of forced me to go back and play at Northcote Park, which has been really good, I think. And we're Northcote having a bit of success, so it's been really good. And I finally got a chance as a defender playing in the VFL, so it's a bit of a new role and a bit of an exciting role. But I'm really happy with the way it's going.
We're not following the path of Liam Jones, are we, Ash?
No, definitely not. No, he's put a lot of games of footy together, and I've only put 2, so nowhere near it yet.
What was it like when you left the huddle at the start of the game and you had to head down the defensive end?
Yeah, it actually took me a bit to get used to. I really was just conscious of not getting a bag kicked on me early, so I didn't want the footy anywhere near me, and then I thought, I probably won't get picked next week if I don't try to get a kick, so tried to have a run around and do my best, and it worked out.
And how long has the coaching staff been working on this possible move for you?
I don't really know. I think Chris Dixon said he'd like to give me a crack down back, and so I sort of was interested in getting a game rather than keep playing Northcote Park. I had a game at Collingwood, and he just said have a go down there, and I was lucky enough it worked out well.
And what were some of the things you were able to take from your previous predominant role as a forward ruck, and what were you able to take and put on the park as a defender on the weekend?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think it's just sort of maybe the aerial side of the game. It's a bit easier sort of flying for marks when someone's not following you around all the time and you're doing the following. So, I just tried to do that and fly for my marks, and it's been good fun.
It's been a couple of interesting results that you've been involved with for Collingwood over the past couple of rounds. Obviously, Collingwood just getting over the line against Richmond, and then the final term against Essendon getting over the line in the final term. What's kind of been the difference between the last 2 matches for the Magpies? Yeah,
well, I think we're in reasonable form. I think sort of had a bit of a slow start to the year, and the last couple of games have sort of come good. I think we sort of just we probably didn't kick a good enough score in the third quarter when we had the win against Essendon, and that probably hurt us. And I think we sort of just dug deep. We've dug deep in both games, so I think we were just, probably needed to kick a better score in the third against Essendon, and a couple of ill-disciplined acts probably really hurt us. But other than that, I think we're in reasonable form, and those 2 teams are actually quite strong. So I think hopefully we can keep that form going and finish strong in the year.
And I know you weren't part of the matches, but those mid-year games, round 10 and round 11, taking on, defeating Port Melbourne on their home turf, and then backing it up with a defeat of Footscray the following week, that really kind of kept those final hopes alive for the Magpies, and gave you the side a bit of confidence as well to go into the final rounds of the season. Yeah, definitely. I think sort of at the start of the year we might have not had our ambitions or the work rate required of VFL, and I think we've sort of understood what was required to be a good side in the VFL, and it probably did take us a couple of rounds to get into that, and it shows we can match it with the best teams in the competition when we really apply ourselves. So I think it's a really good sign for we're a pretty young group, so I think it's a pretty good sign, yeah. And one of the videos going around after the weekend was Cale Kirby running down the wing and slotting through one of his 3 goals on the weekend. Pretty exciting, the former Bendigo Pioneer now playing at the Magpies. Yeah, it's awesome playing with Cale. He's probably the most talented player I've ever seen, and he's a really good kid, and he's got all the talent in the world, so I really hope he applies himself, and the sky's the limit for him. It was awesome seeing him kick that goal. He basically does it all the time. So, yeah, it's awesome. And what's it like running around at Victoria Park? You've been there for a couple of seasons. Collingwood changing around their games between obviously the Holden Centre and Victoria Park. But what's it like when the Collingwood fans get down to Vic Park and support the Magpies? Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's always a bit more special playing like with Vic Park with all the history, and I think the supporters really enjoy it. So, we do like the Holden Centre because we've got the facilities there, and I think that gives it a bit of competitive advantage towards us. But Vic Park's always a very special place to play, and hopefully we can continue playing there for years to come. And Ash, looking back at the local football that you've been playing this year, as we mentioned a bit earlier on, Northcote Park sitting in second spot in the Northern Football League, yourself kicking 33 goals for the season. What position you've been playing for Northcote? Yeah, it's a bit different. I'm playing a bit more of a centre-half forward role down at Northcote, which is, it's really good. We've got Jackson Starcevich, who's also on the Collingwood list. Unfortunately hurt his knee, but he's having a really good year at Northcote Park as well. And
we've been going really well, and we've had a couple of slow weeks the last couple of weeks, but the boys had a good win on the weekend, and I think we locked our spot in for finals, so that's exciting for the club.
And sitting up there in the top 5 in the goal kicking in the NFL with a bit of a star-studded lineup. Ahmed Saad sitting on top, Gary Moorcroft sitting in second spot, and as you mentioned, I think Starcevic with 38 goals, and you only a few behind on 33. What's it like seeing some of those players down the other end of the field?
Yeah, I don't know how Gary Moorcroft still does it. I don't know how old he is, but he just kicks goals, and I think he kicked goal of the year against us, and he's taken hangers against us. Credit to him, he's a really good player, and Saad, he's kicked bags on us both times. So I don't know, it's just you just want to play well and you want to match it with the best players in the comp, and credit to them for kicking all those goals, and both those sides are doing pretty well that they play for as well.
And Nash, can I ask you, what has the club talked to you about for next year? Was there any real discussion with you about moving you down back? Have they spoken to you about what they would like you to do to be part of a regular Collingwood VFL side?
No, we have definitely not looked that far ahead. We're still looking towards Saturday's game, so it's really hard to look forward to end of season sort of stuff. But I just would be happy to keep getting a game whether it be back or forward. It's just awesome to play for the Pies, and I love doing it.
Ash, before we let you go, we've got to run you through our Fast 5 questions to find out a bit about yourself and possibly some of your teammates at Collingwood. You ready to take on the Fast 5?
Yep. Good.
Your favourite TV series?
Probably Game of Thrones.
Are we interrupting your Game of Thrones viewing, or have you watched it already today?
I'm watching it tomorrow night, so no spoilers.
Oh, okay, well, I'll be heading home, so I won't be able to do any spoilers for you. What's the food you couldn't live without?
Food I couldn't live without. Well, I do like my pasta carbonara before the game, so I definitely would have to say pasta carbonara.
Oh, very nice. Which teammate would you not want to be stranded on a desert island with, and why?
Probably Gus Borthwick. I'd have to say Gus Borthwick because he'd probably eat all the food and I'd get none, so I wouldn't live long.
Very nice.
Loves a meal.
Good.
Them anywhere.
Good to hear. Looking at the club, and if you've got a Channel 7 game throughout the season, who's the first to get the manicure, pedicure, or haircut leading into a television match?
There's a few boys that definitely be up there. Ryan Penderby always sort of has a strange sort of haircut, a bit of a look at me sort of haircut going on for Channel 7 games. So I reckon he's probably up there. But a few of the boys definitely, sort of spend a bit of time in front of the mirror before the games. So, yeah, I think I'll have to say Pendles, but he really needs to get his haircut reassessed, I think.
Just quickly talking about haircuts and colours, what's going on with the captain's hair colour this year?
Yeah, no, I think he's done. I think he did shave for a cure the last couple of years, and everyone sort of got a bit bored of it. So he thought he'd dye his hair Odell Beckham style, which is really good. And yeah, I think it's sort of starting to fade now. So he's got a little bit of blonde on top. But yeah, it was pretty funny at the time, and yeah, good on him for doing it.
I thought it was a move to get some list and trophy votes throughout the season, bring attention to himself.
Could be an underlying reason why he did it, but yeah, I think he did it for that reason.
Oh, very nice. And final question, if you could do anything, what would your dream job be?
That is a great question. I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing tomorrow, so I don't know how to answer that. But I'm sort of a by-the-moment kind of person, so yeah, I've always been interested in teaching and sort of coaching, so I suppose PE teaching and sports coaching would be something that interests me in the future.
Ash Close there with Anthony Stengens and Paul Hooper on Peter Jackson VFL Rewind to the boys. Back tomorrow, big special from 7 o'clock. Ben Jolly reflecting on his 250-game career and hoping to have a few of his former coaches, maybe one real famous one in there along the way tomorrow night. And keep an eye on the Peter Jackson VFL Twitter. They'll be putting out plenty of announcements, but make sure you tune in. And if you can't tune in live, catch the replay through vfl.com.au. Both sides back out on the grounds, getting ready for this second half. Williamstown 7-10-52. Coburg with the breeze in the third quarter, 5 4:34. We'll take a break. Be back with the second half next, right here on Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 84 7466.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wick up first. Craig Lowndes
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
Buy a digital radio.
head into your nearest retailer and upgrade to digital.
Next Sunday afternoon, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Burbank Oval for the round 17 clash between Williamstown and Werribee. The traditional rivals have plenty to play for. The Seagulls looking to lock away a top 2 spot, while the Tigers will be looking to lock away a final spot in 2017. Catch all the action next Sunday afternoon from 1:45 live on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio, and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
Where it is half time, we're about to get ready for the third quarter. Williamstown already positioned. Coburg being given the hurry up by the timekeepers. 7:10:52 Williamstown. Coburg 5-4-34 around the grounds. The Saints leading by 7 points at Etihad Stadium. 25 minutes into the final term, and the Tigers by 13 at the MCG. 16 into the first, 20 playing 7 there. Meanwhile here, it's 52 playing 34 as Coburg eventually get into position. Not in much of a hurry, are they, Hilly, down there on the boundary line?
No, they're not at the moment. They were slow to come out in comparison with Williamstown. Williamstown came out to get some, certainly some touch, get ready for this third quarter, and Coburg just a little slow to go. Very important quarter coming up for Coburg. Great breeze at their back. They have a 7 or 8 goal breeze and 3 goals in the deficit at the moment. Let's see what they can do. See if they can turn this around quick.
What an opportunity it is for the Lions. Get a big scalp at Williamstown. Will be tough to get over the margin. 18. Here's Adam Sarakoglu on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
They need 3 unanswered goals just to level up Coburg in this second half, and we'll have a secondary ball up to start it.
And then how far in front do they need to be, I wonder?
I'll defer to you, Hilly, on that one. We'll see what conditions are like as this third quarter progresses. Wheeler towards half forward, hits his target in Zanel. Took a good mark at left half forward, looks ahead now. He's caught out his back to the ball, so he needed a secondary option to go to. No mark was taken, but there might have been an infringement after the contest. There was, and a free kick to go. Williamstown's away in front of the Aquatic Centre. Not much action in this part of the ground so far today, so I doubt we're going to see a shot here from Curry.
Good to see the field umpire too has got a new Guernsey on.
Yeah. Well, the number was covered up, so if that's relevant at all, I guess. Maybe the umpire's advice is best to ask as Ace Cordy takes a mark directly in front. Now this can be a really important kick for Williamstown to get the first goal of the second half at the Bell Street end of the ground. It'll be a 4-goal lead. Coburg won't like this to start the second half. Ace Cordy has 17 goals for the season. And you can go in and keep it at 17.
That was a really important opportunity there for Williamstown.
That wasn't pretty, was it? He hooked it, and it was a point off the instep.
Coburg to bring the ball back in for the Lions. 53 plays 34. He gives it absolutely everything right in the middle of the ground. It's going to drop short through the hands there of Condon. Now it's Charleston trying to lay the tackle. The ball spills free. Jolly. That ball just heaved out of there. He gets it back from Greiser. Kicking inside the 50. No one can take the mark. An opportunity here for the Lions to be able to clear. They've got plenty of numbers on this outer side. Coburg is one of those. Handball over the top. Trying to work through clear. Released it at the crucial time. Allen running onto it. There is a whistle. A free kick going the way of the Lions. Coburg dealt with after he released the footy. So he'll take the free kick on the outer side. Half back. Just working out his options here. McAvoy is the deepest forward. He's on the 50, but that won't get anywhere near him. Pass intended for Goodwin's been cut off. Masters. Little half volley ball. He's going to get it back and kick inside the 50. It's a good kick. He had really great control of the footy there from the Seagulls from the intercept. And it's Myers, who hasn't kicked a goal this season. They're going to struggle from 50, so he's just going to load up to the top of the goal square. They fly. Ball to the front of the pack. No one can take it cleanly. It falls to Cesari, who kicks the goal. Jacob Cesari. He's first for the afternoon, and we've talked about the importance of an early goal into the breeze. 8:11:59 Williamstown, 5:4:34 Coburg. We've played 3 minutes in this third quarter around the grounds. Adam?
We're down to the wire at Etihad Stadium. St Kilda only by a point, and there is 3.5 minutes to go in that one. The Tigers have got an early jump on the Hawks at the MCG as well. So interested to see how that one's going to pan out. All three results in play at Etihad Stadium. What will a draw do to both of those sides? Back in the middle. As Condon gets a little kick out wide, Pickus will run onto it. He did end the half early. The first half went into the rooms early, took a bounce here, went to an empty goal square. Now Gregory very awkwardly tried to navigate that ball, did save it in the end, gets his handball receive and then released the teammate. The ball goes wide and they are out of danger. McDonald takes the mark for the Lions in front of the Aquatic Centre.
Great job from Gregory then at full back under extreme pressure.
The ball could have bounced anywhere and he was under some pressure to not let that one bounce through. As Coburg force it to the wing. Wilson up against Singh, had front position, ripped off it. Chisari over the top. Now Jolly tried to get himself in position to take that mark, but the ball did get killed off that time. It goes out of play for a boundary throw in left half forward. So Coburg haven't really had the ball, to be honest, in this first 4.5 minutes. They have got the breeze in this third term, but so far it's all Williamstown, and the margin out to a game high 25 as we go inside 50 again. Mark on, bouncing ball. It's repelled back out. A high clearing one from Yakabaccio. It's Hisham Kabadia up against Charleston. Ground level, Hunts overran the ball that time. I don't think he ever really had it. Singh puts in the tackle to hold things up. Had some help from Pongracic and a ball up inside the centre square. Peter Mercado, Etihad.
Saints by 2 points, 31 minutes in.
Ball up.
2 minutes to play there.
Down to the wire. Hunt throws it onto the left. We go towards half forward. Forks got rid of his man that time in McAvoy. Does get the ball though, McAvoy. Throws it onto the left. Goal umpire not moving. There's your reply for Coburg. 6:4:40 plays 8:11:59. 5.5 gone third term on Peter Jackson. VFL Live. I'll go back to keeping an eye on that game, Peter Mercado.
Okay.
Swap positions.
You do that. Well, fair enough. Peter McAvoy, the leading goal kicker for Coburg this season. He's 21st for the season. Still a 2-point ball game.
Yes, it is. Just trying to bring up an update here as we speak.
Margin 19 points here though.
Coburg network issues at the moment.
Need to be in front. They have any chance at three-quarter time. But meanwhile, Marcon putting the ball inside 50. Plenty of numbers here for the Lions. They should be able to clear Gregory. So his teammate Hunt into trouble. But turned over. Here's Donnell. Dangerous position. Davies dragged down. Ball dribbling to the goal square. And quickly out of the packs. Another goal for the Seagulls. Well, that was the worst of possible results for the Lions. And really, that was just hacking the ball forward, working to the top of the goal square, and putting another one through. And the Seagulls can restore their margin. We're going goal for goal, 7 minutes in.
Jack Billings trying to ice it for St Kilda around the grounds. Inside
like
the last minute.
Condon, I think, kicked that one, the 23rd player.
All right, we'll give it to him. So back in the middle once more. Pongracic overrun it again. Marcon making sure Hunt's going nowhere. Ball did spill out. Now a handball from Al Masuli's okay. Exxon got it on to Goodwin inside 50, but the man tracking back is Davies. Got it off by hand to Tippett. Left foot down the line for Gibbons. Takes it on the chest. Now he's looking inboard initially. Nothing on offer in the corridor, so he goes down the line. A couple of players went up for it. Hunt, Allen, back to Hunt. Got it moving. They've done well. Al Masuli out wide. Bad handball that time from Exon. And Pongracic goes wide, looking for his fellow ex-Dolphin there in Pickus, but Poser forces a boundary throw in.
I think the Saints are home. 24 seconds to go. They lead by 8.
All right, that's a big win for St Kilda. A boundary throw in. Their affiliate Sandringham, and I think they're playing finals this year in the Peter Jackson VFL. Marcon, left foot towards half forward. And the wind just took it and actually favoured Cleary in the end. He took the mark for Coburg. No relation if you're wondering. Here's Bewley. He's put into the turf. Ball up on the broadcast wing.
So I think that'll be full time at Etihad Stadium as the umpire comes in to throw the ball up here at Piranha Park. As Willie Wheeler wrapped up in the Exon tackle. Handball out. Ercolano handballed over his head in the end. Got his teammate into a bit of trouble, and the umpire will throw it up just near the 50 for the Lions.
8-point win for St Kilda confirmed.
Oh, West Coast, what can you make of them this season? As Goodwin throws his head over the footy here for Coburg, and the umpire will come in again. Allen gets to his feet.
Michael Gibbons might have just taken a high one there. Slow to get back to his feet.
Don't want Tommy Goodwin just being over the top of you. Ball to ground, Meese lost a handle on it. Mullane just shot the handball out. His teammate's going to be in all sorts of trouble. Working here, Kabadia going inside the 50. The big fist comes in. Good pressure again from the Seagulls. It came in from Tippett. Ball going to come in short. Pickus, 360. Great footwork. Worked it back. Marcon has his kick smothered. Good pressure again from the Lions. He went back in again, Marcon. El Masali wrapped him up in the tackle, and the umpire will throw the ball up. Just keeping the pressure on. 25 points the margin. 10 gone. Third quarter. Meese getting the tap down. Gibbons lost a handle on it, regained possession, then had his kick smothered. Again, good pressure here from the Lions, and the ball heading towards the 50. It's a high ball, and Greiser gets underneath it and takes the relieving mark for the Seagulls. They break for him now. He's going to hug the outer side with just a short kick, and this is what we saw in the opening term. Condon goes short. Marcon picks it up, millimetres from the ground. Still a defensive 50 for Williamstown. Called to play on. His short kick going over the top, intended for Gibbons. Lions players getting hands to it, pushing it over the line. We'll have it thrown in. 10.5 gone, third quarter. 65 plays 40. At the MCG, Adam not mentioning these scores. 5-4-34 Richmond, 1-3-9 the Hawks. Tigers by 25-27 into the first.
So there's a wind advantage there, as we're with Posar at the moment here at Coburg City Oval. He gets pounced on, ball up.
You hope.
I hope. It's windy here, it's no doubt windy at the MCG. Can swirl around there, we know that. Ball up on the outer wing here. A little dribbling ball towards half forward for Coburg. And Kabadia's going to be first to it. Over the shoulder with his handball. Wanted Urkelana. It was wayward. Bewley claimed it for Williamstown. Goes with the switching pass, and it's a good ball. This is Kavara. He's got a man over the top available, went there to Singh. He looks ahead, not much on offer. Hand pass available there through Gibbons. Inside 50 for Williamstown. Curry. There might be a Coburg player down behind play. Went up against Curry that time. Ball spills out. Hand pass out wide. Gibbons on the outskirts of 50. Left foot goes in toward the hot spot. Ball comes off. Hands out the back is Condon. Tried to pull out a magic trick that time to get the goal. It was only one in the end. Now Mullane has it for Coburg. It's a 26-point ball game.
Yep, and he wanted to slingshot that early. Couldn't do it. Now the kick going short. McDonald at half back.
Look at Hunt.
Yeah, he's all on his own here, Liam Hunt, on the opposite point of the square. And a bit of push and shove going on. And the umpire just says, just get out of the way so we can get on with things. Grigliano, his kick up the line is good. Now they've just got to build here. They've just got to be clean, the Lions. Mullane's the short option. That's going to be ignored. There's the high ball. Nick Singh just sitting underneath this. Takes an easy mark, uncontested for the Seagulls. He wants to go short. Maybe a chance there of 50. Nothing doing. Schultz marks as they work across the ground just to free up some space. Bewley. And Bewley goes up the line. That's a good kick. And mark taken by Pickus. And that's not a good kick by Pickus. He's put it out of bounds on the full.
That was out in the full.
Oh,
and the umpire has called for out of bounds.
Well, it wasn't touched, was it? Nick Meese came flying in. Ben Jolly, they almost took each other out.
Wow,
that was flying in. That is definitely out of bounds on the full. I've got a good angle on that
he's
one.
bringing the ball all the way back to where he's kicked it, saying that he was out of bounds before he kicked it.
Must have come off his line.
Well, I must be seeing things here on the boundary line because he was definitely inside the boundary line when he kicked that football.
Ball tossed back in to ground, working there Gibbons. There's Bewley, high ball, not going to be paid a mark if anyone was able to take it. And W squared, Goodwin see the ball over the line. 14 gone, third quarter, 66 plays 40. Bit of a stalemate at the moment. All playing into Williamstown's hands. They're kicking into the breeze, and they've kicked 2 goals. Coburg have got the 2 goals, but they need a heck of a lot more. They need to be well in front at three-quarter time. Charles shot the handball out. Bewley throws it on the boot, right up towards half forward. No one can take the mark. Player almost had his head taken off. It fell to Pickus, who kicks inside the 50. Davies too far for him, and a good mark taken by Cleary.
That's a short option over the top. Hunt takes them up. Hand pass off, although he hand passed into a man in trouble. That was Lawler, so 50-50 ball. Ball spills out. Now Chisari out wide. Wanted Bewley, but his own teammate got in the way that time. Hunt reclaims it. Got it off to Cleary, and now Coburg up towards half forward. Kick was too hot for Curtis. Out the back is Forks, and he goes over the top. Charleston has space. And he can go for a dash. Right in front of Glen Hill, up towards half forward. Zanell looks ahead. Bewley's asking for it. Runs inboard. Didn't want to go to Bewley, wanted to go a bit deeper. Right on 50 is a free kick. It's against Tilly. Williamstown ball. Curry looks ahead again. Cordy with his back to goal. Gave it off to Bewley. Left foot to the top of the square. And the fist to kill it off. There's a whistle. Sean Gregory got the fist on the ball. What's the whistle for? A free kick for Williamstown in the goal square.
Yeah, I think it'll be to Schultz. It is. Again, clean usage of the ball by Williamstown.
It's unravelling for Coburg now. It's already a game high, 26 points. And Lockie Schultz, I reckon he had a really good second term. Did kick a goal. In the pocket. Hits a post.
He hit the post.
With vigour too. That post still shaking. 27-point ball game, 9-13, play 6-4.
And just to add insult to injury, Hilly, you'd know this if you're playing golf. Not that it would happen to you, of course. When you hit it into the tree, it comes straight back at you.
Oh, they're dangerous times, Pete.
They are dangerous. And the thing is, there's a 50-metre penalty from the kick out because it went back to Schultz and he just kicked the ball away in disgust. And the umpire didn't take too kindly to that. Meanwhile, Lions have the ball. Donnelly at half back.
The umpire's been very good today. Been very good all year, actually, in the
They have
VFL.
been, absolutely. Corigliano goes for a run and now kicks, attacking side. Fawkes just got in front of Posard, took the mark. The two man buns going at it. They went to Peter Fawkes. On that outer side, he just kicks more in hope than anything else. Looking for Cordy, off hands, still got the numbers. Jolly got it out to Wheeler, who kicks up towards the 50. Good mark. Now, have they got a bit of run going? They do. Oh, that's a great kick. That is a superb kick right on the head of Bewley, who takes the mark. And as I said before, the movement of the footy by this Williamstown side has been exceptional.
One way to pass there by Tim Curry.
It was.
You'd have to think Brett Bewley, very good chance of slotting this one. He'd be probably just about the best kick in the team from range.
So now that Hilly's put the moz on him.
That's what the guru says.
Well, he wasn't wrong last week. Let's see. No problem today, Hilly.
Guru.
No problem at all. Although, like the qualifier, you'd think that he would make it. He kicked his first for today, Brett Bewley. And now they've got the margin up. They're in a really good position with the wind just dropping off. 10-13-73, play 6-4-40, 18 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Yeah, that win no longer a factor, and the cream rising to the top here today.
Really has dropped the last 10 minutes or so, the wind, and there will be an advantage in the last quarter, but it's probably only going to be a 1 or 2 goal breeze. It certainly was 7 or 8 goals earlier.
So a tough old season continues for Coburg. Back in the middle, Tilly. Hunt, it's been good. Meese going nowhere. Al Masuli and Bunker combining for the Lions there with that tackle, and a ball up at the top of the circles. Fairly muddy centre wicket area. I've seen it in worse condition here at Coburg City Oval. It's not so bad.
That's a good point.
There was local footy here yesterday and hasn't chopped up the ground too much. I know that was a concern for the Coburg Footy Club because the game wasn't originally scheduled for here yesterday. So all's worked out okay, I'd say. Marcon engaged in the foot race. In fact, it's Curry engaged in the foot race with Blair, and he won the ball. He's been good today, Curry. Goes inboard. Pongrasic, Blair, Curry stays in play over the top looking for Bewley. Did very nicely there, Williamstown. Gibbons spins away from a couple of tacklers, threw it onto the boot. Needed more time though to size up his options, and it was picked off by Corigliano in the end. He wants to stay boundary side. Blair, couple of options closer to the corridor, but the kick was no good, and Bewley takes the mark. A line was pushed out of play,
yes,
behind play.
It was just a collision. Peter Fawkes and the Coburg player, I can't see, he's just down at the moment.
All right, so we've got a boundary throw in inside 50.
Just a correction to the score as well. Give the goal to Ben Kavara. The one we thought was Tom Condon. Had that confirmed.
Okay.
So no change to the actual score. 73 plays 40.
So now Kavara's got 2 goals for the
Correct.
Game. All right. So from the throw in here, Meese led Tilly to the ball that time, but straight into congestion. 34 plays 9 around the grounds in favour of the Tigers against the Hawks as the umpire throws it up again. Inside 50. Wind no longer a factor in this game, and Williamstown have done very well going towards Bell Street in this third term so far. There might be another chance again. Kavara is in the region. Corigliano gets brought down by Donnell, another stoppage. And I must say, I reckon the first quarter a fair few stoppages. The second quarter opened up a bit. Hasn't been as bad a game as perhaps you would expect in these conditions. Here's Kavara on the left. That's going to go across the face. And Gregory's there on the last line of defence for Coburg.
Yep, 21 minutes gone. And Gregory, long ball outside the 50. Working there, Charleston to Jolly inside 50, and that's a good mark. Donnell takes it. And he will line up and have a shot pretty much to break the game open. Probably already is already, to be fair. 25 out. And very makeable despite the breeze, which has dropped off as this third quarter has gone on. Donnell kicked a goal in the second quarter. Steps in, kick on the way. No, going across the face. Another defensive mark for the Lions. You can just see how that ball held up.
Yeah, the breeze has picked up again, Pete. You can see the trees really moving in the background as well, so might be back up to that really strong breeze.
The key point, though, is that it's sunny and not raining, and no sign of the hail that we were expecting today, which was in the forecast. The kick outside the 50 defensively for the Lions. It ends up with Peter Fawkes for the Seagulls, whose kick back up to centre half forward has been cut off hands, working here Hunt. Can they just get something going here, the Lions? It's into the path of Con, who goes for a run, and then just a chipping ball takes off with the breeze to McAvoy, who goes with a shorter ball. That's nicely done. Working there, Lawler. McDonald saw his teammate in all sorts of trouble. Marcon lays the tackle. The umpire will throw the ball up. The margin is 33 points as James El-Masali just picks himself up. We receive the hospital handball. Meese, ball down. Working here, Fawkes. So try and clear the area here to Seagulls. It's a touch footy. So Goodwin just throws it on the boot deep into the pocket, and it's gone out of bounds. Joel Tipper trying to trap it before it went out. He couldn't do so. 23 minutes gone in this third quarter. As we wait for the ball to come back to the boundary umpire. Nicely done from that young fan out there. Got a bit of purchase on the ball, straight to the boundary umpire. Nicely done.
Little Coburg supporter.
Yeah. The jumper.
Could be a little Coburg player. They've got some juniors playing at local level now.
As we've got a free kick, it's going the way of the Seagulls, an advantage. Gibbons can run onto this footy, streaming from half back. His kick's going to hold up in the breeze. Davies, a little bit too far for him. Now it's a chance here for the Lions, as they're at half back, just trying to work this ball out. The kick is going to go over the head there of Ercolano. Working there, Fawkes, driven into the ground by Exon. They've still got numbers through the hands there of Meese. Working there, Lawson. They've still got a chance. No, it's going to be chopped off again at centre half back. Tippett takes the mark. Here the caller, Tippo, or Tip. Really inventive. His kick there intended for Marcon, didn't quite hit its target. And now there's a bit of a wrestle. Meanwhile, the ball spills free and Miles will see the footy over. And Masali going to work there with Marcon. And we'll have it thrown in. 60 around from the Coburg goal. They've kicked just the one goal in this quarter. And for Williamstown, they have kicked 3 goals, 3 into the breeze. Off a step, Singh. But straight into his opponent. The ball going long from Con. It carries the pack. It falls there. Lowson. Yes, he got there. Good job. Sam Lowson kicks his 7th goal for the season. And his first for this afternoon. And wow, well, we say they badly needed that one, but I think the way things are going, it may all be in vain. As we tick down towards three-quarter time, it's 10-13-73 Williamstown, Coburg 7-4-46. 25 minutes gone here in this third quarter, but a nice finish. Lawson just managed to paddle it in front of him, Illy.
Yeah, he just stayed with it, and that's what you got to do at this level. You just got to stay with the ball, and he didn't lose his feet, which was also good.
It's Patrick Lawler receives it and gets another shot on goal off the ground. Did McAvoy get it to boot? No. Well done, Fawkes.
He did get it to boot, Adam. Yeah. Unfortunately, kicked it into his own hand.
Okay. I didn't catch that detail there,
and the speed bump of Peter Fawkes as well.
Yes.
So a quick clearance that time from Coburg. It was Goodwin that hacked it inside 50, and Lawler got onto the ends of it. They might have another chance here. Coburg on the outskirts of 50. Exxon flicked his hand pass out. Con now brought to ground. That's a big tackle that time. Free kick advantage paid for Williamstown, and now Masters has it. And look at the space here available as Gibbons runs onto it a half forward. Only one option available inside 50. Kick going there now. Gibbons met very late after the kick. Davies had it and lost it. Goodwin. Intensity's just picked up for the moment. It's on half back at the moment. Carigliano. Ball popped up. Masters on the left. What's available here? Left full pocket for the Seagulls. Two of them went up. One of them brought it down in front of the Aquatic Centre. That is a really good mark there by Schultz. He's having an outstanding game.
Michael Gibbons just coming off after that extreme knock from Goodwin in the tackle. He's been outstanding today, Michael Gibbons. Certainly best on ground in my eyes so far.
So Lockie Schultz has the ball here. Still only has one goal for the game, but he's had an impact, had a couple of shots. Haven't really seen many shots from this sort of range, I reckon, today in that left forward pocket, Bell Street end, in front of the Aquatic Centre. Now he goes left post, and the ball never came back for him. Minor score. 7-8, or I should say 10-14, 74, plays 7-5 at 47. 27 and a half gone into the third term. As Coburg goes straight down the line with the kick in. Did he infringe on the mark?
No, he went over the line. He went over
I cannot believe how often we see that, Hilly. I cannot believe how often we see that.
It's amazing. It does seem to happen every week to one team or the other, but it is amazing that it does happen so often.
So Williamstown can punish Coburg for that one. Top of the square, Cordy's in the ruck here for the Gulls. It landed in the hands of Hunt. He cleared the ball out, but Curry's going to be on the ends of it, and he gets a high one back up toward the goal square. Can someone mark? A big fly out the back. So Cleary was the man that went up. Staying down out the back was Masters, and he'll have a shot from point blank range, although we saw Ace Cordy miss one from here earlier in the quarter.
Wouldn't not back Masters in here, not to put the poison on him. He should put this one straight through. He's good exponent of the drop punt.
The Guru says this will be 6. Thank you, Hilly. 11-14-80, play 7-5-47, approaching three-quarter time on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
First goal for Lee Masters today. And now this lead is starting to blow out.
He's had quite a bit of the footy in this quarter, Lee Masters, just working his way into the game.
Well, they get over 100 points for the 10th time this season. They've been prolific.
The scary thing at the moment for Coburg is this wind just slowly picking back up again. They could be looking at a large deficit coming into the game.
So back we go in the middle. And it's the Seagulls again. Cordy just shot the handball out. It's going to be intercepted, but they'll pick it back up. Working there, Cesari. His kick. Try and find some space to Schultz, and he does. Right near the boundary line. Can't keep it in, though. They'll have it thrown in. And the 50 and the boundary line intersect out there. 29 and a half minutes gone. We've had some long quarters today. 80 plays 47. We'll go around the grounds in a moment, too. We'll get the opportunity. As the ball is tossed back in. Cordy at the back. Not going anywhere in a hurry. Quick kick out there by Willie Wheeler. Looking for Denell. Paddle in front of him. Cesari just throws it on the boot. Go across the face of goal. Gregory, the first player to get there for Coburg, but the boundary line wins out. We'll have it thrown in.
18-point lead for Richmond. 5-5-35. Hawthorn 2-5-17. That is 11 into the second term at the MCG.
Meanwhile here, 33 points is the margin.
Only 2 games in town right now, Peter Mercado.
Ball tossed back in. And a quick kick out of the pack, going right to the goal square, and it's going to be marked by Schultz. He takes it, and he'll have a shot at after the siren.
Any danger at Coburg trying something on Lockie Schultz at the moment, Hilly?
They've got some problems all over the park at the moment, let's be honest.
I reckon Schultz is problem A since quarter time on.
Let's see what he can do here. Schultz goes. Banana, I think he might have kicked that. He has. What a great way to finish off the quarter. Lucky Schultz. That's his second goal for today. And 12-14-86 Williamstown at three-quarter time. Coburg 7-5-47. And as we've got the announcements going on in the background, the sides will get into their huddles. Schultz with his second goal. Let's go through the goal kickers to three-quarter time. 2 goals each to Kavara and Schultz, and singles to Donnell, Singh, Fawkes, Masters, Bewley, Pongracic, Cesari and Davies. And for Coburg, 2 goals to Hisham Kabadia in the opening quarter, and singles to Lawler, McAvoy, Hunt and Curtis. They just kicked the 1 goal, Coburg, in that third quarter. 2 goals, I should say, in that third quarter, because Lowson kicked 1 as well. And for Williamstown, they kicked 5 goals into the breeze and really put the foot down. Well, it's going to be an interesting final term for the Seagulls. They've got this game in hand, but anything can happen. We'll take a break. Back with the final quarter action next on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
Looks to be the last game of the first set. Almagro leading 5-3.
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer.
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
And upgrade to digital.
Last year, Vision Australia helped more than 33,000 people who are blind or have low vision. So if you find that glasses are no longer helping and you're struggling to complete daily tasks, why not give us a call? Our free services, provided by specialist staff, can help increase your independence. We also offer advice on equipment and provide training in how to travel around safely with limited vision. Vision Australia can help you make a real difference. Call us now, 1300 8474
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus, check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
I'm a digital radio.
And I'm a digital TV. Now, you may remember when TV went digital.
Yes, and you got a lot more channels and a better picture.
Well, buying a digital radio is the same.
Exactly. I've got up to 30 extra radio stations, plus all your old faves, and I sound amazing.
Yeah, but I look amazing.
Yeah, but this is a radio ad, so no one can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to hear this station like you have never heard it before,
buy a digital radio.
Head into your nearest retailer and upgrade to digital.
Next Sunday afternoon, Peter Jackson VFL Live is at Burbank Oval for the round 17 clash between Williamstown and Werribee. The traditional rivals have plenty to play for. The Seagulls looking to lock away a top 2 spot, while the Tigers will be looking to lock away a final spot in 2017. Catch all the action next Sunday afternoon from 1:45 live on the Red Time Sport iPhone app and video and audio stream through vfl.com.au.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, online, on digital radio, and the Red Time Sport iPhone app.
Three-quarter time at Piranha Park, Coburg City Oval. It's a 39-point lead to Williamstown, 12-14-86 to 7-5-47. And, well, reminiscent of the last time these two teams played where the score blew out. But let's see what Coburg can do here to try and bring this margin back. You don't think they're going to get the win, but they show a bit of fight with only a handful of games to complete the season for them.
I know it's an easy, almost throwaway sort of line, but pride.
Yeah.
Okay, so plenty of locals here today. It's a very loyal following that Coburg does have. This second last home game of the year. I haven't looked at their draw, but
Yes,
it'd be
they got
probably,
North Ballarat in a couple of weeks.
So that's a winnable game, that one, I guess. But
could be the battle for the wooden spoon too.
You're playing for your coach as well. We haven't really seen too much of it. They really fell away in that third term. I did sort of wonder, well, Lockie Schultz is the one that's been let off the leash today for Williamstown, and Coburg seemed to have no answers. Healy sort of alluded to the fact that he's only one of a number of problems that Coburg, I guess, are dealing with today. So, look, as disappointed as you perhaps want to be for Coburg, you do have to sort of consider, well, this is just where they're at. They are still a very, very young list. And I guess they are now thinking about 2018 and getting that win against North Ballarat in their final home game of the season as Williamstown do disperse from their huddle. Willie, on the other hand, though, just absolutely flying at the moment. They're looking again at potentially another premiership campaign. They did win it 2 years ago. Andy Collins has been the messiah. If he's not the best coach in the VFL, he'd have to be pretty close to it. And they've been outstanding. We just got word as well that Ed Carr did play Development League today. I did see him out there. Apparently he may have been injured again, but that just speaks to the depth that Williamstown really does have at their disposal. I'll just bring Hilly in. He's just come out of the Williamstown huddle. What did Andy Collins have to say, Hilly?
Well, Robbie Campbell did a lot of the talking actually at three-quarter time, and Andy Collins just came in at the end, and they were really happy with their quarter. And I was just looking at a few of the stats that they had up on their big board, and they had 23 more possessions that quarter, working into the breeze. Just shows you how hard they're working, they're running. So they're going to keep a lot of their disciplines in place, and they just don't want to drop off this quarter. They want to try and make the most of it. In the Coburg huddle a little bit earlier, they were disappointed with some of the aspects of their play throughout that quarter. In particular, the tackle from Goodwin on Gibbons was highlighted. That the ruckman covered about 30 metres to get across to Gibbons to make that tackle, but where was his opponent? And they're really disappointed with their midfield and their tackling in that quarter, and it really did drop off, and it was shown on the scoreboard.
So the team's getting back into position, the crowd making their way off the ground. The siren blowing again, clearly.
I don't think that's in the protocol. I think that's just...
just get on with it.
Yes.
4:15. Let's get a move on, folks, please.
Saw Aaron Sipos just moving across the ground too, just before. He looked to be moving okay as he was coming over to the bench. So I'd say he would be back in the Williamstown lineup next week.
Yep, the lead goal kicker, and that again going back to Adam's point he made just a few seconds ago about the depth that they have in this squad. The biggest problem they'll be working out who plays each week if everyone's fit, firing and ready to go. But we're away in this final quarter. 39 points the margin, 86 plays 47. Adam, we're away. Let's, I think for everyone's sake, make this a quick quarter.
We will be away eventually. We've got a secondary ball up. Around the grounds, my Hawks down by 20 against the Tigers. Come on, give us something. Allen, out of the middle. First clearance of the last quarter goes Coburg's way towards half forward. Charleston has it for the Gulls. Got it off to Wheeler. Wayward handball. Turnover. Hunt, standing start, looking for a target. Curtis presents, but the kick didn't quite get to him. Hand pass came out. Now a quick snap on goal here from Bunker. But Charleston touched. No mark. McAvoy brought him down. Here's a chance to snap from Lowson. The first of the final term belongs to Coburg. 8-5-53, plays 12-14, 86. And I don't know if you caught that conversation during three-quarter time that we were having there, Healy, but we spoke about pride for Coburg. I sense they just want to get something out of this last quarter. If they can't get a win, then maybe win the quarter. Just, provide a smile or two for the locals that have braved the elements here today.
Certainly, and that's the best way to start with certainly the tackling pressure in that first minute was sensational, and that was what was lacking in that third quarter. So they've addressed that straight away.
He's now got 2 goals for the game.
Back in the middle. Quick clearance here for the Seagulls. Being led towards the footy was Curry. It's off hands, and the Lions are away again. Looking here, Acabaccio goes across the ground. Lawler, kick up the line, is good. McAvoy on centre wing. And Lawler driving by, decides to ignore that. Instead goes a little bit short of the chipping ball. Ercolano takes the mark. And his kick going across the ground, still going forward. Hunt takes it, wants to go on, short ball. Well done, Lawler. Gee, he's made up a power of ground. He started at half back, and he's now inside the 50, being directed onto the mark.
He wouldn't be able to cover that distance, Pete, from there.
No, as Earl are just standing there. waiting for him to do something. Now the kick. Well, it's going to be chopped off. It is, and it means the Seagulls are able to get away again. This kick going away, path of Condon, who kicks up the line, finds Donnell, who wants to go back in board, gets around Iacobaccio. His kick up towards half forward should be chopped off. Pushing it forward there is Blair. He's got some teammates in support. One of those is Cleary. Now it ends up with Allen, who kicks up the line. Bit of holding going on between McAvoy and Fawkes. It goes to the back. Gibbons picks it up for the Seagulls. Now wheels around, kicks up inside the 50. It's going to be turned over again. Lawler, who's just running end to end at the moment. He takes the mark. He's going to kick towards defensive 50. Ball holding up in the breeze. Should still be okay. Con got it back to Hunt, who lost a handle on it. Davies picked it up and said, thank you very much. He kicked it straight to Cordy, who is going to kick from just outside the 50 directly in front.
Should be able to cover the distance. It's all about just getting that ball lines up correctly as it comes off his boot.
Yeah, he's just working on his ball drop, I think, at the moment, because he's had a couple of shockers early in the game.
Yes.
Let's see if he can get this ball drop right. It's all about the ball drop for Cordy.
He kicks from 55. It's going to fall just short. McDonald will see it over for Coburg for a rush behind. 87 plays 53. As we've played 3.5 minutes in this final quarter. Next week we're following the Seagulls' big game against Werribee.
The old rivals in the western suburbs as Hunt takes the mark here. Another goal for the Tigers around the grounds. Big Ivan Soldo, and that margin is out at 27 in favour of Richmond's over Hawthorn. That should see off the Hawks in their finals aspirations. This kicking board dangerous. Posar, Gregory. Last line of defence back to Posar. He should go to Cleary and does. Sun shining once more as Cleary in the shadows of Mount Coburg goes towards the wing. Goodwin takes the mark and pass over the top. Now slipping over at the wrong moment there was Exxon, but he got it on to Kabardier. Good to see that he's still out there. Little left foot chipper. Really a nothing kick, to be honest. Had to go back and fetch his own ball. Mullane coughed up the ball. This is Wheeler. Got around one. The tackler was coming in. Kabardier got his kick out in time.
That's a good kick.
Lovely play. Kick.
Lovely play by W squared, and Kavara takes the mark. He is all class, Ben Kavara. Has 2 goals today. And he's almost tucked up against the fence here. It's a very tough angle. But it's a gentle, almost gentle set of breeze at the moment. It should be at his back. Is that correct, Hilly?
It will be coming actually probably more over that right shoulder.
What has he got to do here, Guru?
Oh, he'd have to aim to the right-hand goalpost.
Looks like he went for the left.
He went the wrong one then.
Almost marked on the square by Curry, off hands, and Cordy touched. 12-16, 88 plays, 8-5, 53, 5 gone, final term. Here's Josh Iacobaccio.
Yep, who's the bulk of the kicking out duties this afternoon for the Lions. And decides to kick it out of bounds on the full and into row 2.
Oh, no.
That's hit the dog. There's a dog waiting down there who's got the fright of his life.
Oh, no.
It's a seeing eye dog down there. Might be doing a bit of training. Meanwhile, Peter Fawkes will have the resulting free kick.
Shaking it off, he's okay.
Yeah, all good. Getting plenty of pats down there too. Iacobaccio sent it almost to the coffee cart. Peter Fawkes, tied on the boundary line.
Right-hand goalpost.
No. Pops it up top of the square. Off hands. Hunt just threw the handball over the top. Works it back. Al Masali can go for a run. Now kick outside the 50. Masters to run onto it. Boundary line wins out. In front of Aidan Tilley.
It's a bit of a trick, this pocket at Williamstown's end at the moment. You have to definitely aim right-hand goalpost, and players are thinking that the breeze is blowing to that end, so they're aiming it out in front of the goals, aiming left, but the ball's just actually going further left. So just a little trick of the ground.
Can confirm, dog is okay. Meese taps it down. Working Poser, gets the handball received, and now kicks up towards centre wing, and again it'll go out. And it'll be Pickers to see it over. 88 plays 53. As we're into this final quarter. We've had some long quarters this afternoon. 7 minutes gone in this one. As the ball's tossed back in. Meese again, getting the tap down. Lawler going absolutely nowhere for the Lions, and the umpire will throw it up. Reckon one more go at this, and then it's all yours, Adam. Try and get something happening. So the ball's tossed back up. Who can get clear from this? It's a ball for the Lions. Mullane did well. He paid the mark? No, didn't have enough of it.
Great.
He's got Lawler running across. He's wrapped up in the tackle and coughed up the footy. It's Masters who's got it. His kick finding Mark on, who's got some space. Called to play on. Now kicks, looking for Bewley, finds him. He's got Donnell running. Oh, it's going to be 50 metres.
Wow.
It's going to be 50 for Sammy.
That would happen 30 or 40 times a game. That's probably not the umpire's best call today.
Rather unfortunate for the Lions.
Going to put the Guru to work again here because I think he's within range.
He certainly is within range.
Man on the mark goes to 48 metres. And it's Mullane who's looking a bit forlorn.
Just throwing the grass up.
The wind has just dropped a smidge at the moment. He'll still cover the distance, no problems, but needs to aim out towards the right-hand goalpost. I'll back him in here.
Long ball. Distance, no problem. Accuracy, more of an issue for Bewley. 89 plays 53. 8.5 minutes gone. Final quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Seagulls and Tigers of the Werribee variety next week. There's Iacobaccio. Straight down the line. It's going to hold up. Now, Jolly's underneath this one. I haven't called his name much today, I must admit. Here is Posar down the line. That's okay. Mullane kept it moving. Now going for a dash. Al-Masuli actually took a bounce, but he's running toward the boundary line. Interesting decision he made there. Did well to get it to half forward, and the mark taken by Lawson. Looks ahead. Not much on offer. A couple of half-hearted leads. It's into Ward Curtis territory. Well done. Standing tall that time. Tippett took the mark. It was actually Tilly to target that time. But all eyes on Tippett. He'll hurry up. Sydney Road side of the ground. And Masters did well. Presented. Took the mark on the chest.
Really worked into the game nicely, Lee Masters.
He's coughed up this one, though. He's put it straight down the throat of Iacobaccio. Over the top. Good little pass. Nice little stabbing one that time. And McDonald takes the mark. Al-Masuli inside 50. Hisham Kabardier got rid of Charleston that time. He's looking for space. Here is Hish. Goes toward the square. It's off target. Singh gets back. Last line of defence. Goalkeeper roll that time. Takes the mark. Goes back out toward the outer wing. Gibbons trying to will it to get to him. And it was Zercolano that got in his way. Coburg ball once more. Kabardier tried to get a little nifty tap on. That didn't work out. Here's Wheeler. Takes a bounce for the Seagulls. Looks ahead. Short little pass. It was actually a good pass. And the Seagulls out of danger. Outer wing ball here. Over the top. Too much on it for Chisari. But again, it's Donnell in the right spot taking the mark.
Got some good news for you, Hilly.
Bring it.
The rain, just seeing the forecast, not coming until tonight. You're all clear.
That is good news.
Possible hail.
Oh, wow. Here's Bewley.
Bewley's got it again.
So the left footer is going to have another shot on goal. Hilly, you were going to pencil it in last time, and I reckon it was your first slip up for the day. This time he's on a different angle, perhaps a bit closer out as well. It's about a 20-degree angle.
I'll back him.
Kicking from 45.
I'll back him in this time. He's a good 80 to 90% chance of scoring a goal from here.
80 to 90%. That's how specific our man is on the boundary line.
Took that as well. Wow.
Lucky he had that fail-safe there.
Yeah.
He must have the yips. He must have the yips if he's proven our guru wrong twice in a row. Coburg ball. Con down the line. Good pass for Lawler. One of a couple Xbox Hill players in the lineup here for Coburg now. Kicking board. Just carried nicely there to the target bunker. Allen, one of the local boys, went wide by hands, and now we're inside 50 once more for the Lions, but caught behind that time Lawson. There is a free kick going Williamstown's way inside defensive 50.
Just a chopping of the arms there, Adam.
Yeah, it was, as Myers goes long. And just their delivery by foot today has been great. Donnell goes by hand to Gibbons, who goes by hand. So I'm talking about their good kicking, and now finally we get a kick, and it's going to be turned over. Oh, come on. You give them a rap, and that's what happens. Anyway, Lions with possession.
Ooh.
This ball bounced away from bunker. They've still got an opportunity, the Lions, as well, it looks like we're just playing out time. Pozo gets the handball receive, little give and go style. Works it across the ground. Goodwin just hang on to his handball. As he goes for a run, kicks inside the 50. Myers picking it up. He's ridden into the turf by Liam Hunt, going nowhere. And the umpire will throw the ball up. 90 plays 53, 12 and a half gone in this final quarter.
It's getting very dark, Pete. Are you sure about that rain?
I'm going to stick with it. There are a few little flickers on the radar.
There's a couple of dark clouds coming, though.
You're not going to get hail. Let's just say that, Hilly. We'll agree on that.
There's some dark clouds over, I'd say, the Melton area, I reckon, at the moment.
Curry takes the mark. You might want to just wander up to the timekeepers and just say, look, shortest quarter of all time as Jolly goes over the top to Wheeler, who's got time and space. He runs to 50, puts the ball up. Oh, beautiful kick.
Oh, no.
No, mark's not taken. Kavara's taken off the footy. He's going to get a free kick anyway.
I think Andy Collins would be a bit disappointed with Cordy there.
It was Ace Cordy, wasn't it?
Just going up. He was in perfect position to take the mark. It was a great centering ball, but unfortunately he was very lackadaisical, going up one-handed and put it down.
So Kavara with the opportunity for a bit of icing on the cake. And the key thing I'm looking at here, with still a heap of time remaining, is to get over the 100 points. I'll explain why in a moment as the goal goes straight through the middle. Kavara's got 3 this afternoon. And the reason being, looking at their season to date, they've kicked 9 scores over 100 points this season. Their highest score was against Coburg back in round 4, 2017, 137. They had an 88-point win over the Lions, with Bewley and Donnell 3 goals each, and they were the best on ground. They had 12 different goal kickers that day. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different goal kickers today. So it gives you an idea of how well this Williamstown side playing. This will be their 5th win in a row, and they're only a couple of points behind Box Hill in 2nd place on the ladder. Box Hill on top.
Now's the time to run into some form. If you're a finals contender, around the ground's a half-time lead of 27 for the Tigers, with Corey Ellis, the only multiple goal kicker on the ground with 2 for Richmond. He's also another one from these parts. As we go inside 50, Gregory took the mark. He was on all 4s, did well on the knee. Now it's a couple of handballs and back to Cleary with the switch for Poser. Takes the mark inside defensive 50. It'll stay there for the time being, with his next target being Carigliano, now Blair. So Blair came up his line, had to take on Kavara. That's dangerous. Handball to Cleary. Kavara lost his footing in pursuit. Now we go towards the wing.
Good kick.
Coburg get themselves out of trouble. Ercolano takes the mark. Only 1 lead on offer, and he goes in that direction now, but Jolly gets a little shepherd in there for his teammate there in Singh, who got to the ball. A number of players over the top of this one. It's still alive. Al Masuli fumbled. Charleston might have handballed to a player that's actually on the bench, I think.
Hilly, we've seen a lot of Williamstown this season. We've only had the one Box Hill game as part of our coverage, but we're looking at premiership favouritism. This Williamstown side is getting it together at just the right time.
Yeah, they certainly are, and a very experienced team, obviously, and they tick all the boxes at the moment when you look at the premiership prospects. I've seen Box Hill live a couple of times this season, and they've been impressive, but their ball movement isn't as good as what Williamstown's is at the moment.
I don't know if it's... Are they better than they were 2 years ago, Williamstown? That's going to be a key question. They beat Box Hill in that grand final. You say yes, Hilly?
I'd say yes, they are. They're definitely a better team than what they were 2 years ago, and they've got some players out today that they've either rested or are carrying injuries, but when they've got their absolute best 22 in, I'd say they're better than what they are 2 years ago.
The other dynamic to throw into it is we've got the ball here in the hands of Jolly. They've got an opportunity here. Jazari going around the body. Oh, that's a good mark. Kavara again, and he plays on. He's going to run and kick a goal! Oh, yes! One for the highlight reel for Benny Kavara. That's his 4th for today. And, well, talked about getting to that 100 points. No dramas, I don't think, coming up here. 17 minutes gone in this final quarter. 13-18-96. Plays 8-5-53, although
No,
if they
it
put
should
the
be
goal.
four-
No, it should be 14-18, 102
14-18.
to 8-5-53. Great kick from Kavara. But the other dynamic to think about, guys, with Box Hill is at the moment, Hawthorn's not going to play finals. So we've got a whistle here. It's a blood rule in the middle of the ground. So that means...
So you can pretty much Hawthorn won't play the final. So
We've got...
I think you can say that.
Okay, but it'll be who's qualified from Hawthorn, how many players they decide to put into the mix, because the last couple of years with Box Hill, they've had that advantage of being able to access Hawthorn's list because they've been playing in grand finals at AFL level. Not going to be the case this season.
There's a famous one with Surioli playing in a VFL grand final against Footscray, I think it was.
Yes,
that
it was.
day.
Played three quarters and then sat on the bench in the final term.
And had an outstanding AFL grand final 6 days later. Back in the middle. Williamstown just looking to pile on the punishment now. They've got that ton. They've raised the bat for the day. Condon goes short. And now Mark on. Runs around. He's going to go onto his right foot. Inside 50. Look out for Davies here. It bounced off a couple, including Cleary. Schultz tried to get his hand pass out wide. Carryover ran the ball. Kabadier held onto it. Did well. Showed some poise and class. And the kick, though, no good. The kick to the 2-on-1. Charleston Marks. Around the grounds.
Oh, you Hawthorn supporters all stick together.
We've had a good run at it.
Some of you haven't given up on it, though, on AFL finals. Definitely VFL finals.
No, Gutsy, I know you're listening. And like I said, we've had a very good run at it. It's a Williamstown ball here. Curry's going to claim his free kick.
I can't believe the concession had it. We weren't like this, Hilly.
No.
Even when we knew things were going south about midway through the 2004 granny.
Very, very reserved.
Hawthorn has 2-5 on the board to half-time at the MCG, so it's not looking all that great.
At half-time in that 2004 grand final, Pete was sitting on the boundary line thinking, we've got this 4 in a row.
Yep.
So Curry, just inside 50, gave himself a fair run-up. It's looking like it's going to go across the face, and it does. 14-19, 103, plays 8-5-53. It's now an even 50 points.
Unfortunately, Mark Williams that day in 2004 must have given Port Adelaide a fair bake at half-time because they came out and just destroyed us in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, that consolation of winning the 3 before that, of course, but still.
Yes.
Got to be awfully good to even have a chance at getting 4 in a row, Pete. Got to be awfully good.
That's the kick here from Donnelly out towards defensive 50. Mark not paid. Here's an opportunity again for the Seagulls. Bewley through hands. Condon flicked it back out. High ball. Bewley. Schultz. Good contest. Ball over for a rush behind.
What is often forgotten about, so the Lions went 3-1 in grand finals. Hawks actually went 1-3. There was a lost grand final in 2012 before they got their 3-peat. So that's actually the same achievement if you think about it.
On the front bar on Thursday night with Andy Marr.
I'm aware of this and I'm not happy about it.
Lee Matthews was asked which team did he think was the better team of the Brisbane Lions 3-peat or the Hawks, and he thinks the Brisbane era would be stronger.
That's a terrible kick from Nick Singh. It's out of bounds on the full.
I thought, is that biased? Does he have a bias?
I think Lethal's forgetting where he played his entire 300-plus game career.
They then asked Malcolm Blight the same question, and he backed it up and said that the Lions were the better team if he was picking both out of the two.
1-22 on paper, I'm going with the Lions as well. But actual gameplay, the coaching ranks, it's one of those conversations that it's one of those great barbershop conversations, isn't it?
You could argue either side.
You never know the answer, though. That's the unfortunate part. Boundary throw in. If you haven't noticed, it is junk time now here at Coburg City Oval.
While we're talking about all this other sort of stuff.
Back-to-back stoppages, rinse and repeat.
Oh, just another question, just as we move off that sort of chat. I mean, you mentioned right off the top of the broadcast, Adam, when we looked at the top 4 and the strength of those 4 sides, whether teams outside the top 4, so from positions 5 to 8, whether they can make a dent in the final series or whether it is that these 4 teams are just going to be the strongest.
Essendon and Richmond are the two to look at, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm big on Richmond. I mean, we've seen them a couple of times this season, making a real tilt at it.
I actually haven't seen Richmond myself this year, so I don't want to comment too much. But
if they have a full lineup and the Richmond seniors are going, you know, that's that real prospect that everyone's going to be pushing hard to try and break into the ones.
Here's Fawkes, just out of nowhere, gets it to boot and misses.
You'd have to say Richmond VFL are definitely in the mix.
14-21 now to 8-5. Yeah, it's how many rounds we got left in home and away?
3 rounds to go.
3 to go, and then final start in late August, early September, as Bewley gets brought down, got driven into the turf, and it's holding the ball, and the locals are happy about that. Cleary claims his kick.
Did we talk at length about Port Melbourne pre-game?
We haven't. No, we're happy to put it on the agenda because we're 23 minutes gone here, and there's going to be a free kick going the way of the Seagulls.
So Healy, they gave up a lead last week in a game we saw at Highgate. What's your impression of the Borough this season? Still a very, very good list, I reckon.
I think they've let a couple of leads slip in a couple of games, and Gary has to be disappointed with that. But overall, in the lead up to the actual finals,
here's Kavara. Sorry, he's just taken the mark in the pocket.
It's becoming a clinic now.
Can he do something special from this pocket? He was on the other side when he kicked his previous goal.
He's almost kicking into the teeth of the win, though, isn't he? From here.
No, he's kicking with a breeze advantage. If he kicks this at the right, or even outside the right goalpost, this should bend back for him.
So it's not really a cross breeze so much now, Healy?
It's down breeze, but it's coming from more this pocket of the ground.
He stabbed at it. He's kicked it again! No problem. That's his 5th. Goodness me. That's excellent stuff from Ben Kavara. 24 minutes gone in the final term, 15-21, 111. The 10th time this season they've kicked over 100 points, playing 8-5-53. An excellent kick. But let's go back to that Port Melbourne discussion. I want to throw a little bit of Footscray into the mix because we haven't really talked much about them across this season.
Well, they've certainly improved from the early games of the season. They didn't look settled, and it's taken some time for Footscray to come good, but they've hit their straps at the right time, as they say, and they're certainly in the mix.
I feel like Footscray's lacking something perhaps this year, but we know they're proven at this level. So Donnell has it for Williamstown, goes to the top of the square once more. He's only got one arm here, Curry. Didn't really have a chance to go at the ball. Lawler, hand pass back. Gregory's under pressure, gets driven into the turf by Kavara, and it was almost socketed through by Cordy, but it's a rush behind in the end.
Well, the thing that they're missing this season is the Western Bulldogs and the real momentum that they built there.
Yeah.
So is that advantage standalones? Is that advantage Port Melbourne, Williamstown?
Well, yeah, because you've got the variables of who they get, again, from the Western Bulldogs. This ball holds up in the breeze.
Because what you have is settled sides for both those sides, and they've got 3 weeks now to start preparing for finals.
Yeah, we saw last season with Port Melbourne, though, in the finals. They had a strong march to the finals, but just couldn't get it done. Lawson, he streams inside 50 for the Lions, closes to 25 and misses across the face. 25 and a half minutes gone, 112 plays 53. Plenty of discussion about this on VFL Rewind tomorrow night on 3WBC and on VFL.com.au during the week. And we'll be taking a close look at it over the next couple of weeks, how it's all going to shake down. I'll give you the fixture for next week in just a moment as we wait for this ball inside the Lions 50 to see how it plays out. It's going to be hacked out of their masters on the end of it. He goes, bides his time and goes to Greiser. And finds some teammates in space, ends up with Jolly. 250 games coming up for him. Big special on VFL Rewind tomorrow. Ball into the path of Cowrie. Tackled there by Gregory. Working hard, Goodwin slipped out of the tackle. Nicabaccio just handball into Gregory, did him absolutely no favours, and eventually the ball goes over the line. It will be thrown in. Next week, the fixture, we're covering Williamstown and Werribee. I know Coburg playing at Port Melbourne, but round 17 10:15 start, Geelong and Richmond. That is a curtain raiser at Simmons Stadium. He's got a quick kick out of the pack. It's a high ball. There's holding going on. Which way is it going to go? It's going to be a Coburg free kick. 10:15 start on Saturday. Casey Fields. 2 o'clock start for Casey and the Northern Blues. That is a huge game in the context of the finals race. Port Melbourne face Coburg at Northport Oval. This ball's going to be cut off here, and Willie Wheeler's going to have a shot at goal. The TV game, Essendon and the Box Hill Hawks at Windy Hill. At Victoria Park on Sunday, Collingwood face North Ballarat. So we talked at the start of the season about the teams that are facing North Ballarat twice. I don't think Collingwood's in that boat, but they'll definitely want to chalk up the W there. And Williamstown and Werribee with Footscray and Sandringham with the bye, and that's a goal to Willie Wheeler. And Wheeler has his first goal for the afternoon, and they move on to 16-22-118, playing 8-6-54. 28 minutes gone in the final quarter. But that Casey Northern Blues game, wow, that's got plenty riding on it.
It certainly has, and Northern Blues, who started so well, desperately need the win there.
All right, so back in the middle here, and well, this is becoming a rout now as Williamstown again go inside 50, but it's a Coburg ball for the time being. A hand pass from Grigliano, Hunts, Con, into the middle of Coburg City Oval he goes, and McAvoy overruns it. Allen's out the back, gets around the tackler, not the second. Pickus brought him down. Allen got his hand pass out in time before the whistle came as Meese tries to feed it out. Bewley's having a good final term here. He's making the most of junk time. Got involved again. Inside 50. Schultz has 2 to beat. Double team that time. Gregory's over the top of it. He's been one of Coburg's warriors today. It's a ball up, or no, it's going to be high contact, and another shot on goal coming up for the Seagulls.
Umpire again in perfect position.
Is percentage a factor for top spot, Peter McCarthy?
Yes, but Williamstown have the advantage. They're at 156.50 before this game. There's a bit of push and shove going on in back play here, and the umpire's straight into it.
Liam Hunt's coming off here. Is that mud or claret on his cheek there, Hilly?
Just some mud.
Okay.
And Box Hill, 128.35. So they're obviously, here on the siren, going to extend that percentage margin. So it's just purely a head-to-head on points.
It could be a 64, a 65, or a 70-point win. It's going to be 65 because the ball slammed into the post. What a win for the Seagulls today here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. 16-23, 119. Too good for Coburg, 8-6, 54. Round 16 is now complete in the Peter Jackson VFL. 3 to come.
Yep.
Before what is going to be a highly anticipated final series, Healy is going to try and get us to Seagull.
Williamstown will retain second spot on the ladder. They were never going to move anyway, but still within striking distance of top spot. They moved to 48 points, 2 points behind Box Hill at the top of the ladder. The goal kickers, 5 goals to Ben Kavara and 2 to Lockie Schultz, and singles the rest. Donnell, Singh, Fawkes, Masters, Bewley, Wheeler, Cesari and Davies. And for Coburg, 2 goals to Kabadia and Lawson, and singles to Lawler, McAvoy, Hunt and Curtis. So magnificent work there. 65-point win in the end for Williamstown. And Michael Gibbons is standing by with you, Hilly.
Yes, Pete, just joined by Michael Gibbons, and mate, you had a fantastic game yourself today, but in terms of the team, it was really clinical in the end.
Yeah, we started a bit slow, I suppose, and they probably got the jump on us. They come out, probably weren't expecting that. So credit to them, they really brought it to us, but I suppose once we settled, we just a real good team effort, I suppose, in the end. It was good.
They seemed like they had a hard tag on you early.
Yeah, not too bad. I think that's the good thing about a midfield, like with myself, Wheels, and Adam Mark on. It's, if one gets tagged, I think the other can get off. And even today, Benny Kavara up forward blitzed them as well. So it's always good that someone can get off the chain.
Yeah, you mentioned Ben Kavara. He's been a great addition to the team.
Yeah, Benny Cab's been awesome for us. He's probably been the recruit of the year. So as long as he can keep kicking goals come finals, we'll take it.
Bit of a question for you. You're out in the half-forward flank playing into the breeze there, and Big Goodwin was coming at you. Was that one of the hardest tackles you've received this year?
Yeah, I thought I was out and had a panic, but he just all of a sudden came out of nowhere. So he's a big fella, and he absolutely smashed me in there.
Well, you guys are obviously steaming on towards the finals, and you must feel the momentum at the moment within the group.
It's good, yeah. We sort of had a bit of a lull there through the middle of the year. Had a couple big training sessions and like some honesty sessions. So it's been good that we can roll on and hopefully we can keep it going into the finals. Yeah.
And also, Robbie Campbell addressed the team just before three-quarter time break-up before Andy Collins, and do you really feel Robbie's presence there at three-quarter time?
Now, it's always good to have a different voice. Gives the boys a different perspective, so it's good.
Yeah, look, fantastic. Thanks for joining us again, Michael, and good luck as you finish off this season, and we'll see you in the finals.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Beautifully done. Thank you, Hilly. Might see if we can get you into the rooms before we finish off this afternoon. They trailed by 12 points, as we heard there, Williamstown, then led by 18 at half-time, 39 at three-quarter time, and 65 points to finish off. Around the grounds quickly with a win to St Kilda over West Coast. There, Adam.
Third quarter underway at the MCG, 6-9-45. Richmond's over Hawthorn, 2-6-18. And the showdown's underway at Adelaide Oval. A goal for Port Adelaide.